Hello there, and you're very welcome to PRL Park here in Greenogue for more live League of Ireland action. It's the Women's National League between Peamount United and Shelbourne, and the league title could be won tonight with a win for either team. Shelbourne come in 1 point ahead of Peamount, the defending champions. This is Shelbourne's last match. Peamount, though, have another game in a couple of weeks' time. That's against Wexford. So a win for Shelbourne means their first league title since 2016. A win for Peamount means their second league title in a row, and a draw will take things to the final day. My name is Jamie Moore. Thank you very much for joining us live on FAI TV on the FAI YouTube channel. The coverage brought to you in partnership with Doppler Media. Our coverage is going to be coming over the next 45 minutes or so. Interviews with captains Pearl Slattery of Shelbourne and Aine of Peamount United, plus both managers as well, Dave Bell of Shells and James O'Callaghan from Peamount. We'll also get the views in just a second of Chloe Mustaki, who's played for both teams, and we'll have highlights of the two meetings between the teams this season in the FAI Cup and in the league. 2 wins from 2 for Peamount. They'll be hoping for more of the same tonight. So let's get our coverage underway. So we're joined on co-commentary tonight by Chloe Mustaki, who's played for both Peamount and Shelbourne, most recently playing for Charlton Athletic and is currently home rehabbing a knee injury. Chloe, welcome to PRL Park. How are you?
Good, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, looking forward to tonight. Big occasion for everyone, so it should be a good game.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the night ahead for both teams with the league title possibly on the line?
Yeah, look, it's a massive game for both teams. I think they'll both be coming into this with hopes that they'll come out with a win and believing that they will. So it'll be interesting to see who shows up on the day. Yeah,
it's really interesting given that Shelbourne come in a point ahead, but Peamount have a game left. So if either team wins, they win the league. But if it's a draw, it means that Peamount can win the league in a couple of weeks after the internationals against Wexford. So it's a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah, to be honest, I think both teams will come into this thinking that it's the last game of the season, even though obviously Peamount have another go at it in 2 weeks' time. They'll be seeing it as a cup final, as has been mentioned during the week. So and I really do expect goals tonight, and I don't expect a draw. So yeah, it'll be great.
How will the players be feeling, just I suppose, given how long they've had to wait for the season to start, number one, and given that it has come to the last couple of games of the season?
Yeah, look, I think it's been a difficult year for everyone around the country, not just in football. So I think both teams will want to finish the season on a high. They'll want to look back on 2020 positively, and tonight will be a factor of that. So look, there'll be nerves throughout both teams. It'll be up to the kind of the more mature players on both teams to channel those nerves into more positive energy. So no, it should be great. And look, all these players are of high calibre, so they've been here before and they know what to do. Yeah, we'll have the team news in a couple of minutes' time at around 5 to 6 just before kick-off. But in terms of the players on show, there's 8 players who were picked in Vera Pauw's extended Ireland squad for the Germany game, 4 from Peamount and 4 from Shelbourne. They'll find out later on tonight or tomorrow if they've made the final cut, and then lots of others who feel that they're near that squad, and some really top quality players on show tonight. Yeah, look, no doubt Vera, Aine and Jan Willem will be watching this game, and no doubt as well all the players know that. So yeah, it'll be a battle to the last 90th minute, and everything will be left on the pitch. We do expect that from all 22 players and any more that do play. So yeah, massive occasion, should be great. Yeah, so interestingly, with the Women's National League, if the teams end level on points, it doesn't go to goal difference, it goes to a playoff. So for example, if this game was a draw and then Peamount were to draw against Wexford on the last day, it'd mean that Shells and Peamount were level on points, which would mean an actual league playoff. So it's very interesting. But as Chloe said, both teams more than likely going for the win. You've played lots of big games yourself. What are the keys to winning them? I think there's a lot of aspects that come into something like this. It'll be obviously preparation physically. Obviously Peamount have had a good run of games now. Will they have recovered enough to be on form today? I don't know. And then Shells obviously haven't played in a couple of weeks, so will that play a part as well? Hard to know. And then look, I think togetherness and the belief that you can win is really important, and I think Peamount have kind of pipped Shells on that over the past few seasons, but Shells have come into this game now with a good run of form, so I'm sure they're feeling good. And yeah, it's about who shows up on the day. So you know, for a game like this, it's about 11 players playing at their best, and seeing what the outcome is. Yeah, it's quite windy here, as you can probably tell. We hope that won't play too much of a factor on the game. There's not rain expected, but will the weather play any type of it's very open here, and you know the pitch is in great condition, but it is quite windy. Yeah, look, as they say, it's the same conditions for everyone, you know. So, and the girls have played in worse conditions than this, and as you said yourself, the pitch is good. So, no, I think it's going to be a very physical game, but a lot of good football played too, given the two teams that are going to be on show later. So, no, I don't expect it to.
So more from Chloe in a few minutes, but now it's time for Captain's Call, and due to COVID-19 I've used Zoom this week to speak to both captains, two hugely experienced players. In a couple of minutes time we're going to hear from the Shells captain PRL Slattery, but first it's Ireland Centurion, 104 caps and Peamount legend. Here's Aine O'Gorman. Aine, how are you?
Good and yourself, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks Aine. Thanks for jumping on to look ahead to a massive game, Peamount against Shelbourne, in a match that could decide the 2020 Women's National League title destination. What's your initial thoughts on the task ahead?
Yeah, look, it's always a big game, I suppose, when we go in and play Shells and a league decider, but we've prepared all week like we usually would, and we're just sticking to the normal process. So really looking forward to the game and getting stuck in and into an exciting challenge.
Yeah, how would you assess the way things are going into the last night, given that Shelbourne are a point ahead of you guys, but you guys have one more match against Wexford if needed, so a win for either team secures the league for that team, a draw takes things to the final day for you guys, so it's a fairly fascinating last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a strange situation to be in, I suppose, but I think you just have to, can't really think about the Wexford game yet and just go out like we would every week to get the 3 points, and like obviously this week is a little bit more rewarding that we'll win the league title. So look, like I say, we're just focused on the game ahead and we're not thinking about Wexford.
The season overall, on you, for someone so experienced in the league, you've played in the league for a long time, you've played abroad, you've over 100 caps for your country as well, and it's been such a strange season for everybody involved in football everywhere in the world, and like every other league there were doubts at the start as if the Women's National League would start and how it would be structured and how many games there'd be. How would you look back on the couple of months since it's restarted so far, and with things all on the line for the title and what could be the last night? It's very interesting, but it's been a real challenge for everybody involved, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been strange times for everyone throughout the whole world in football and life in general. So, and yeah, obviously it was great that we got the opportunity to get back out playing, and obviously with the level 5 restrictions, we're fortunate enough that we're elite athletes and we can continue to play as well. So, thankfully there's been no major barriers in the way since we got back out and running, and I think I've quite enjoyed this layout of the shortened season as well. So look, it's been a quick run in as well, and look, we're at one of the biggest games of the season now.
Yeah, you're also a strength and conditioning coach, Anya, and I know you would have taken a lot of the Zoom sessions with the girls when they weren't allowed to train together in the games and stuff. So I'm sure they're all very happy to be back on the training pitch with a football as opposed to you putting them through their paces in their sitting rooms.
Yeah, 100%. I think we're all zoomed out at this stage, but look, it was good to keep us together at the time, and no more burpees now, all football. So yeah, it's great, and hopefully all that hard work we did through the lockdown and in pre-season round 1, pre-season round 2 will pay off tonight.
Yeah, it's been interesting given just how people have had to adapt to use different ways to train and different types of technology. And we're sitting on Zoom now, for example, and there's just been so many things that people have had to just roll with the punches, I suppose, to try and make sure that they can keep fit and keep mentally well as best they could in the times when you know things couldn't actually happen physically together on the pitch.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's obviously been challenging for everyone, just to stay right and stay ticking over and be ready. It was kind of the unknown. I think during the first lockdown is will we get back playing football? Will we not get back playing football? I think that's the hardest thing to deal with. But once we get back out playing and then we have our fixtures and we know then we can reach our targets.
What's your assessment of Shelbourne? Their only defeat this season has come against you guys. That was a 6-1 at Talca Park in late September. You were on form yourself in that one, and they come in a point ahead, and they've won the treble, I think, in 2016. They've had a couple of second place finishes recently, and like yourselves, they have it all to play for in this game.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think they've probably came into a good run of form lately, and they've been scoring a few goals as well. So we can't underestimate them. And they've got a lot of young, good individual talent as well. So look, we know we're up for a good challenge, and it's a challenge that we always relish.
Yeah, we had a look earlier on at the highlights from that 6-1 at Talca, a really enjoyable game for you guys, but I'm sure they'll be hopeful to try and turn things around. But just given how recently that game was and how short the season is, can there be much looked at from both your side and their side into why that game was so one-sided for you guys? And I'm sure you're hopeful of something similar, but they'll be definitely trying to ensure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think so. Look, I think we started the game really well and on the front foot and set a really good tempo early on and worked really hard and were clinical in front of the goal on the day. So, but look, recently Shells have changed their formation slightly since that game recently as well, and they're playing like they did more last season as well. So, look, we know what we're coming up against and we're just focusing on our own performance and sticking to our process and working really hard and hopefully that will get us the results we need.
Yeah, I mentioned your experience at international level as well. So you're used to match preparation, you're used to video analysis and opposition analysis as well. How do you enjoy or not enjoy that? Because some footballers hate it. And I know every game this season in the league is being videoed by both home and away teams. There's access to the online platforms like Y Scout, so you can actually get as much information as you want on the opposition. So for you, how have you enjoyed, as I said, or maybe not so much all that side of it?
Yeah, I think for me it's all about a bit of balance. I think you can overanalyze situations as well, but it's still really good to look at the videos as well. And we do it's part of our weekly preparation every week that we have our little groups and we do our little analysis session as well. So it's a lot of player feedback goes into the coaches too, and it's obviously the voice game and stuff like that is a really good tool for the coaches and the managers as well. And even when we went into a European game against Glasgow, so look, obviously has its benefits, but I think it's all about trying to get the balance right. And I think a lot of the time you just have to focus on your own performance as well and not to get too wound up about the opposition.
Yeah, the season overall, Anya, you mentioned the Champions League heartbreak against Glasgow City in that penalty shootout that was just so dramatic and unfortunately came out on the wrong side of that. You've got an FAI Cup final to come against Cork City. You've got this match to try and win the league. And it's all been packed into a kind of 12 or 2 month, 10-week, 3-month period. How would you kind of look back on it all and lots of big football matches to be involved in?
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think it's great to have big matches to look forward to all the time as well. And just the matches keep rolling. Like we came back from Glasgow with the semi-final against Wexford. And then we Cork now with this big game against Shell. So looking then an international against Germany coming up, cup final to look forward to. So like, look, I think these are the games you want to play in as a footballer as well. So yeah, no, it's a great time and hopefully just go out and put in the performances now.
You've been on top form yourself. You're chasing the Golden Boot. I think your third Golden Boot in Women's National League history. Eleanor Ryan Doyle, your teammate, just a couple of goals behind you. So is there a friendly rivalry there in terms of on the training pitch? And when it comes to match night, if you have the chance to pass to her and she's in the better place, you'll give it to her. But at the same time, you want to try and lash it in yourself?
I'd like to think me and Ellie are both quite unselfish players as well. And I think it's all about the team winning first and foremost. And won't think about individual accolades. It will mean nothing if we don't win that league title as well. So look, we'll have a little bit of banter about it, I'm sure, at some stage. But the moment the focus is just winning, and to be honest, at the moment I don't care who scores, but once the ball goes in the net.
Yeah, she's probably a player at the other end of her career in terms of only really getting started and, you know, hoping to follow in your footsteps in terms of international recognition and, you know, trying to do well in the league too. And there's lots of other examples in the group of younger girls who are really trying to get going, and also lots of experience, you know, yourself, Stephanie Roach, loads more as well, international players too, with the camp coming up with Vera and the Germany game. I think there's 8 players from both combination of Shells and Peamount in Vera's 31 player extended squad. So lots of good players on show.
Yeah, I think so. And it's obviously great that there's so many players included in the international squad from the Women's National League to represent the league, obviously, on the international stage as well. Look, Shells have some really good young players coming through and some experienced players too. I think we've got a really good balance at Peamount. You mentioned Eleanor Ryan Doyle, who's been on fire for the past couple of seasons as well, and probably been one of the best players in the league, in my opinion. Look, we've got young Della Doherty and Becky coming through as well, and then the mixed experience like Karen Duggan and Neve Burke, obviously Steph as well. So look, it's a good mix of team, and it makes for good training sessions and good preparation that we challenge ourselves week in, week
PRL
out.
Slattery, how are you?
Good, Jamie, not bad. Yeah, looking forward to this evening. So yeah.
Yeah, what's your overall thoughts, I suppose, on what might happen tonight? Shelbourne could win the league, Peamount could win the league, or things could go to the last day of the season for Peamount away to Wexford as well. This is your last game, and you know a victory, 3 points will secure the title?
Yeah, look, it's really exciting. We're delighted to be in this position, I suppose. And I think overall, Jamie, as well, it's great for the league that it's coming down to the last few games. But we're really looking forward to, since Series 2, we've been in great form. And, we won't treat it any differently, although there's a big prize at the end of it. But we've had a brilliant mentality the last few weeks of just taking it game by game and winning as many games as we can. And this will be no different.
Yeah, I was having a look online over the last few days just on the league table and the way it's had to be structured this year with the first series of games and then it split into the top 6 and the bottom 4 and stuff like that. And of course, like all leagues across the world during COVID, there were doubts as to if the leagues would even start and when they'd start and how things would roll. So how have you found it? And I'm sure just from everybody's point of view at Shells, you're happy to be in the business end of the season come what is the last night for you guys.
Yeah, I think we're just all delighted that we could still play. You know what I mean? We had 2 pre-seasons before the league got up and running, and it was the unknown, I suppose. You had to keep yourself ticking over. But once it came back, we were all buzzing, I suppose, like everybody in the league. And it was a strange way to explain it, but I think it's worked well. Something different. But again, I don't think any of the girls are complaining. We were just so happy to play. And yeah, as I said, it's been a funny old season. It's just been a strange year, but really, really happy now as we're coming into the last game with a chance to win the league. And that's all you can really ask for. So I've been really, really proud of the girls. We're 1 game away. And as I said to you earlier, look, we won't treat it any differently. We'll just treat it as another game that we're going out to try win.
Yeah, we're really happy to be doing the live stream on FAI TV as well. And welcome to everybody who's watching us. And it's really good that 2 of the top teams in the country can get to this stage with everything on the line in the game. And you guys come in a point ahead. So a win for you guys wins the league. If you lose, it's Peamount's title. And if it's a draw, it goes to the last day. So it's a fairly interesting last couple of games of the season.
Yeah, look, it's massive. And personally, I love this sort of stuff. This is why you play football. You want to be involved in these games. You want to be in this situation. The last 2 years, I'd say we've been really close, but it's always been in other teams' hands. We've always been dependent on other teams to kind of do us a favour. And this year now, it's in our own hands. And, we're really looking forward to it. As I said, you have to be excited about this. There's a good buzz around the place. And, we'll go in definitely trying our best to give everything to win. I suppose to win the game, it's your last 90 minutes. So, you have to go in and give everything. And we're confident. We've been in good form. So, but we won't take it for granted either. We know it's going to be a tough game, but we know if we're on our game that, anything is possible.
Yeah, 9 wins this season, 1 draw and 1 defeat. You're the top scorers in the league and the second best defensive record as well. How would you reflect on the league overall? The only defeat as well came against the opposition Peamount, a 6-1 at Talk at the end of September, which I'm sure you'd be hopeful to turn around in the game. Yeah,
look, overall with the season, if I look at the first part of it, we probably weren't playing our best football. We were doing okay, but we were winning games. And then obviously it came to the Peamount game and, we probably just didn't show up on that day, unfortunately, and everything they hit seemed to go in. So, but it was one of those days we took it on the chin, and to me then it was how we were going to react. We could either let it, completely sink the season or be a turning point for us. And, since then, if you look at our form, we've been in really, really good form, and we've been ruthless almost. It's kind of like it's changed the mentality in our heads. And as I said, we got together after that result and really focused on the second round of games and, just had that mentality of taking it each game at a time and not looking beyond that. And that's what we've done. We've been in excellent form and, we've got ourselves now to this position, which we're 1 game away now from winning the league. And, we're really, really happy to be in that position. And as I said, we just want to give everything Saturday now and let the best team win.
Yeah, from your own point of view, Pearl, you're a very experienced League of Ireland player. You have a couple of league titles. I think it's 3 FAI Cups and lots of appearances in the Champions League as well. But there's also lots of younger players in the Shelbourne squad who are very, very exciting players, the likes of Rebecca Cook, Izzy Atkinson, Jessica Zhu, Alex Kavanagh, to name a few, and some experience as well. What would you describe as your role in the team, given that you've got lots of experience and some of the girls even maybe skipped the League of Ireland under-17s to jump straight into senior football because they were ready?
Yeah, I suppose it's just to be there for them, isn't it, on and off the pitch. That's my role, to make sure they're okay and to make sure they can go out and play their best football, make them feel comfortable. And, we've some top young players like Emily Whelan as well and all the names you mentioned. We're so talented, and I suppose it's just trying to get that belief across to them, you know, that they are top players, and they have to go out and show on Saturday why, you know, people are talking about them all the time and perform in games like this. But also to, I suppose, settle them, and we'll treat it like another game, and that's the way we have to look at it. As I said, we've had a brilliant mentality the last few games, just taking it game by game. So I suppose, yeah, it's just being there for them on and off the pitch, and, you know, making them believe that this is possible. And we've always believed. But I suppose when you get a defeat like we did that time, you know, of course it does rock you. But I have to say, I've been so proud of the team and all the young girls, how they've reacted, and again, just delighted to be in this position.
Yeah, Shelbourne second in the Women's National League the last 2 seasons, Pearl, and, you know, the opportunity to win the league, I'm sure, is something you're all very excited about. What would it mean come 7:45 if the final whistle was to be blown and you're the league champions?
Yeah, look, if you come to me at 8 o'clock tonight and we've won it, I'll probably be the happiest person in the country, I'd say. Yeah, but look, we've been very, very close the last 2 years, and it's a credit to the club. You know, no matter what players we lose or, you know, what happens, we're always up there and challenging and fighting, and we're always, you know, pushing whoever the league leaders are at the time. And yeah, I suppose it'd be an unbelievable feeling. It's an important year for the club, 125th anniversary, and, you know, we'll just go out and, you know, as I said, once that first whistle goes, be at it from the very first minute to 90. And if we play the game, we know we can play. We know we can win the game. There's no doubt about it. But be an unbelievable feeling for myself and the girls. It's been a crazy year, but I could tell you this would make this year a whole lot better if we could win this evening.
And lastly, Pearl, on the club overall, you mentioned the 125th anniversary, and you've been very heavily involved in women's football in the country for a number of years. You work full-time for the FAI, you're playing in the league, you're involved in Shelbourne in other capacities as well in terms of the women's side of the club. And since the merger with Raheny United a few years ago and the name change when it became Shelbourne as opposed to Shelbourne Ladies, moving the home venue to Talca Park as opposed to the AUL, having been second the last couple of seasons and a chance to win the league this season, where are things at in the women's side of the club at Shelbourne, and I suppose how things have gone in the last couple of seasons, which could lead to the ultimate win later on?
Yeah, look, I think when you go back to the merger, it made sense at the time. We had a good senior squad at Raheny, and Shels had a brilliant underage, so it made sense. And, you know, ever since that switch, I love this club, you know, just as much as I did Raheny. And since the switch, yeah, every year, look, we won it in 2016. We won the treble that year, and since then we've been pretty close. But, you know, the girls' side of the club has been great. You know, we've got loads of support. You can see it on social media now that we've come under the one banner. We feel really involved in the club, and moving to Talca even was a massive part for us. And really, we just want to be treated equally. You know, every female team deserves that. And I have to say, the club have been excellent, and we'd love to give something back now for everybody who's helped us. You know, there's a lot of people in the background that I can't even mention, never mind the girls and the management, but there's a lot of people doing great work in the background that have supported us since day one. And as I said, I'd love to be able to bring the title home this evening for all of them and everybody that supported us the last few years.
Yeah, that's Shelbourne captain Pearl Slattery, and before her, Aine O'Gorman of Peamount United. We're getting closer to kick-off here at Greenogue in PRL Park for tonight's Women's National League possible league title decider between Peamount United and Shelbourne. Kick-off coming up at 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us on the FAI YouTube channel. The coverage being brought to you from Doppler Media, and it's free as well, so feel free to send the link on to friends and family or any football fans who might want to watch the game tonight. We're now going to check in 2 previous meetings between Peamount and Shells this season. Both wins for Peamount. Firstly, here's the winning goal from Eleanor Ryan Doyle in the FAI Cup here just last month. Yeah, great finish there from Eleanor Ryan Doyle, who of course is chasing the golden boot, chasing her teammate Aine O'Gorman, so it'll be interesting to see the girls tonight in action. That was the cup game, but in late September the teams met in the league at Talca Park. Peamount won the game by 6-1. It's Shelbourne's only defeat of the season so far. Let's remind ourselves of what happened at Talca. Yeah, kick off in tonight's Women's National League game between Peamount United and Shelbourne coming up very soon at 6 o'clock. We'll have team news in just a couple of minutes' time. But now let's check in with both managers who've picked those teams. In a few minutes' time, we're going to hear from James O'Callaghan from Peamount. But first, here's the Shelbourne manager, Dave Bell. Dave, how are you?
Okay, thank you. You good?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Looking forward to the action. What's your thoughts on the task ahead with your team trying to win the 2020 Women's National League title?
Look, I suppose it was in this position. If I thought I was going to be in the position anyway at the start of the season, I'd have took it. Obviously, Peamount beat us earlier in the season, so we've buckled ourselves down and we've worked hard. And it does come down to this game now, doesn't it? It's very, very important to both teams now. So it's like a cup final.
Yeah, it's been such a hard year, Dave, for everybody in the world. But from your point of view as a football manager, how have you found being a football manager during COVID-19 and all of the extra tasks and challenges that has brought you and your staff?
At times it's been difficult, but in other times it's nice, isn't it? Because at least you can get in with a group of people, can't you? There are lots and lots of people in the world today who are going to be by themselves for a long time. So it's every training session I've looked forward to, every game I've looked forward to, because I'm in and around people, and I think hopefully the players would feel the same way.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point, that you've still been able to see the girls, they've been able to see you guys, and they've still been able to train and play their games, even though the season is much shorter than everybody would like. The fact that the season is at the business end now, a game or two to go, is a real compliment to everybody involved.
It is, yeah. It's run quite well, Obviously, we would have liked more games, wouldn't we? But at least the league has ran, and at least we've got some games in. It has been difficult at times giving all girls games, because every game has been important, hasn't it? And so it's difficult when you've got a big squad to try and get every player in and get them game time. I'm sure the players have understood that this year. If it would have been different, where we would have been playing 20 games or 22 games, it would have been, a lot easier, wouldn't it? To mix and match the players. But I'm sure that every team has been in the same boat as me.
In terms of the game, Dave, it's very interesting that your team comes in 1 point ahead, but Peamount have another game to play against Wexford if they need it. So it's a winner-take-all match. If either team wins the game, if it's a draw, things go to the final day. So it's fairly interesting climax.
It is, yeah. I suppose, the pressure is a little bit more on us because we know what we have to do. And I suppose a draw doesn't put anybody out of the question, does it? But I think it's a game where both teams feel they've got to win.
What are the keys in these big matches in terms of making sure the players are calm and focused on the job? Because as you said earlier, it really probably is like a cup final for them.
Well, it's your preparation, isn't it? If you prepare as well as you can and you get on the pitch, and if you're better than the other team, that's great. If you're not, and you've worked very, very hard and you've done the best you can, there's no coach in the world, I think, can say to the players after, look, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. We're all human. We're all going to do very well at times, and people are going to make mistakes. So hopefully we won't make as many mistakes as Peamount do. But early in the season we did, and I hope we've learned from that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to have to remind you, Dave, your only defeat of the season was against Peamount at Untitled Park at the end of September, a 6-1 defeat. I watched the highlights of the game during the week, and I'm sure you're quite hopeful that your girls can turn that result around.
Yeah, I think it was one of them days where you go out and, you feel as a coach that probably you haven't done as well as what you should have done. So it gave me a bit of an awakening. And since that day, we narrowly got beat by them in the cup, which was quite a close game. But we've still worked hard since then, and we've tried to get better and better each week. So, that really hurt us. So we've buckled ourselves down and worked hard for these past few weeks, and as the results have shown, but we still can do better. So, the preparation this week has still been tough, and we're going to make sure we leave no stone unturned, and we're going to try and do our best, when we play.
Dave, you're at the end of your second full season in charge now of Shelbourne. A second place finish last season, a second place finish the year before. I know you weren't the manager then, and I think a treble in 2016. So the club has been very, very, you know, at the end of the season that they want to be in terms of competing for leagues, competing for cups, and the merger with Aine United a few years ago, the decision to drop the words ladies on the title, moving the team's home games to Untitled Park are all very, very important steps in the path of Shelbourne. How have you found your couple of years at the club? And I'm sure you're quite hopeful that come, what, 7:30, 7:45, that your team can be lifting a league title.
Look, it's been great. The girls have been great. I've loved every minute of it. I'm like every coach, you want success, don't you? You know, obviously you're disappointed when you don't get it, but you know, the girls have never let me down, and you have to say that over the past few years, not just ourselves and Peamount, but the league has got stronger. There are some good girls coming through, and there's not many easy games these days, although sometimes people think they are. So you've got to set your standards even higher now, and it's just been that, you know, with Peamount and Wexford have had that little extra in the last couple of years, haven't they? And they've managed to get the championship from it, but we've not been that far behind. It's very, very thin lines, isn't it? And you know, it's one of these now where again we've got a chance, but again we've got to perform, and hopefully it's third time lucky for us, and we can hopefully get back to where we feel we belong.
I love, Dave, the moments just before a big match when the warm-up is done and the players are so focused and they're in their own little world, you know, maybe 10, 15 minutes before kickoff, and maybe the manager has given them their last couple of words of encouragement and stuff like that. But you'll know before kickoff that your girls are ready and up for it, and I'm sure Peamount will be the exact same. What's the last thing you'll say to your players before they go out for this massively important match?
I say the same thing actually each time, is that I think to live a perfect day or to try and get a perfect game, it's just help your teammates. That's what you've got to do. It's if you don't help them, there are sometimes where I feel a player can give a little more help, not just with the ball, but without the ball. And you know, that's some things you've got to work a little bit harder on, and it's really, really important to me that, you know, you look after each other. In the end, you know, whatever you do, whatever you say, you know, once they cross the white line, it's a little bit different. You can guide them a little bit, but you're hoping that your preparation is going to be good enough to get through the game, and you're the leader. So what you do beforehand, hopefully the girls will take on board, and you can do okay. But Peamount are a great team. They've shown that, haven't they? So we know it's going to be a difficult game, but I'm sure Peamount do too.
James, how are you?
Good, Jamie. Good.
Now, a big night ahead against Shelbourne. The league title possibly on the line. Well, is on the line for both teams with a win. A draw kicks things to your final match against Wexford. So what's your initial views on the action ahead and your hopes to win the league title?
Yeah, it's a really exciting game. We're really looking forward to it. You know, can't wait. Should be great advertisement for the Women's National League. Shelbourne, you know, they're really top side, very fast, technically good team. So you know, we're really going to have to be on form.
Being a manager during COVID-19 and all of the extra bits that you have to deal with to make sure that the sessions and the games are safe, and the use of different ways to teach the players, like things like Zoom, like having meetings outdoors in the wind and the rain out there in Green Oak. How have you found the challenge of being a manager in what's just such different times for everybody?
Yeah, it's been strange. You know, it's been a long season. You know, we first started back in February, our pre-season. You know, in Peamount though, we have a great COVID officer in Barbara. You know, she makes sure everything is in place. You know, regards restriction, social distancing, hand sanitizing, taking temperatures, all that type of stuff. With the Champions League, you know, it was interesting that we had to get our COVID tests done before and after. You know, so you're kind of waiting to hear back. Is everybody going to come back negative, or will you get a positive? Kind of felt a little bit fear there, thinking about. Obviously, everyone came back negative, so it was great. You know, so it's been an interesting season.
Yeah, the season overall, you mentioned the Champions League and the heartbreak on penalties against Glasgow City. You've got a league title, hopefully, to go and win from your point of view. You've also got an FAI Cup final to come in December as well. So it has been a long season in terms of the number of months. It's been a short enough season in terms of the number of games, but your team have been and will continue to be involved in the next couple of weeks in some big football matches, which is where every player and manager wants to be.
Yeah, as I said, it's been a long season, but it's been a really exciting time for Peamount, to get to the Champions League. We were very disappointed we didn't get the result in Glasgow, but it was a good performance, and I think, there's a little bit of satisfaction in that, putting in a good performance. I think people in the league were delighted to see that as well, So, as I said, the girls have been amazing all season. They've been working really, really hard. Big game on Saturday, and then obviously we had the cup final to look forward to as well. So, it's exciting times with Peamount.
This game itself, James, Shelbourne come in 1 point ahead of Peamount, but you guys do have another match against Wexford. So we know a win for either team seals the league for that team. A draw means that you guys have another match to try and win it. So it's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's as I said, it's very exciting. Every game we play is like a cup final because it's so clinical, the Women's National League, in terms if you drop points, you're really out of the title race straight away. So every game we play, you kind of nearly have to win it. You can't. There's no room for for losing here in this league. So it's it's going to be a really exciting game on Saturday. It's a local derby as well, so so obviously the league's at stake as well. So players don't need to be motivated for this game.
You've played Shelbourne once already this season in the league and also in the cup. 2 wins. The league match was a 6-1 victory at Talca. Watched the highlights during the week. That game was at the end of September. A really, really good performance, and I'm sure you'll be quite hopeful that your girls can repeat something similar.
Yeah, well, listen, that was an amazing result for us against Shelbourne. I think Shelbourne must just had an off day that time. But the girls played really, really well. As I said, Shelbourne are a very, very good side, and they've been thereabouts the last couple of seasons. So our girls are going to have to be really on form in order to get the best of them. So, we're looking forward to the game.
Yeah, it's been really interesting watching the highlights and some of the games. I was at your game against Cork City last Saturday, and your attacking players and the excitement in the group, and Anya O'Gorman, who's speaking to us as part of the preview, is the top scorer in the league, but Eleanor Ryan Doyle is just a couple of goals behind her. I think they have 22 goals between them if the stats are correct, and every manager always talks about having a striker or strikers who can get them 15, 20 goals a year, and those who have got that for you, Anya, so experienced, and Ellie learning the game, and a really, really exciting prospect.
Yeah, no, Ellie and Anya, from an attacking point of view, they've been playing really, really well. And their work rate is phenomenal as well. So they're playing really well. And in general, the team has been performing very consistent all season. And it's a tough season as well, because the standard has been getting better throughout the league. Any team on the day can take points off each other. That hasn't always been the case in the league. So, all the teams kind of down the lower end are really pushing. So, as I said, it's very important you're consistent in the league. And as I said, the girls, they're really hungry for success, and they really want it because they've been working hard over the past couple of years to get to this level. So they're really trying to make the most of it now.
Yeah, and 8 players across both teams, 4 for Peamount and 4 for Shelbourne, picked in Vera Pauw's extended 31-player squad for the Euro qualifier against Germany. The squad, I think, is being cut down actually on Sunday before they link up to train. But to have 8 home-based players from these 2 teams alone in that extended squad is a sign of the quality of players on show for both sides in this match.
Yeah, and it's great for those players to make that extended squad. Be interesting to see how many make the final cup. But it's really good recognition for the Women's National League. I'd like to think even more players out of the Women's National League could be getting into the squad as well. So hopefully they can give a good account of themselves on Saturday night to keep trying to push themselves to get into that position, because there's great talent in the league.
James, in terms of your club, I really enjoyed the number of people who I met on Saturday. Went over just to check a few things in terms of making sure the stream was going to be good in terms of, the gantries and the help that everybody offered, from your goalkeeping coach, Derek, who's building us a new scaffolding for our camera and our gantry, to Elaine in the media team, to the treasurer and the man who runs the shop. Everybody couldn't have been more helpful in trying to help us. And I just loved the feel of the people and the volunteers and the community of Peamount. And, you know, I know all the games are behind closed doors now, but there was still enough people there to make the game happen and happen safely. And it's for those type of people, I'm sure, that you would love, come whatever time it might be, that there's a league trophy being lifted by your players.
No, absolutely. And I'm glad you had that experience up in Peamount, because, you know, the club it's an amateur club. It's run by volunteers, and people work tirelessly in the background, even for our experience in Champions League. You know, the likes of Aine and Katie and Brian and Dennis, you know, all these people, plus more people as well. You know, they work tirelessly in the background, and even getting things ready on a match day and making sure everything's kind of in place regards COVID restrictions and stuff like that. You know, you can't pay these people enough for it. You know, it's crazy the work that they put in, and they don't get any financial reward for it. They do it for the love of the game and the love of Peamount. You know, it's Peamount. You know, it is a, you know, it's a phenomenal club in terms of the schoolboy system and the schoolgirl system, and it's a great club for female athletes. You know, it really kind of puts the female side of it on equal par with the males as well. You know, you don't always get that in clubs. You know, so it's, you know, in terms of the development of women's football, it's been phenomenal over the years, and you know, the volunteers that work in it are amazing.
Yeah, you're very welcome to PRL Park for tonight's live Women's National League action between Peamount United and Shelbourne. It's Jamie Moore here beside Chloe Mustaki, and we're just about ready for action in a game that could decide the 2020 Women's National League title. We'll bring you team news in just a second. Chloe, we're about to get going and we're all really excited.
Yeah, look, exciting game ahead. It's kicked off now, so a few changes to the past couple of weeks, but all great decisions at the same time, so let's see what happens now.
Yeah, everybody joining us on the FAI YouTube channel on FAI TV, you are very welcome. If you want to let your friends and family know about the link, just send it on to them, and we're happy everybody can join us tonight. Coverage being brought to you thanks to the guys in Doppler Media. Peamount have made 2 changes to the team that beat Cork 3-0 last weekend. The headline news is that Ireland international Stephanie Roach comes in for Megan Lynch. There's also a change in goal, with Niamh Reid-Burke starting ahead of Nisha McClune. Top scorers Anya O'Gorman and Eleanor Ryan Doyle have 22 goals between them. For Shelbourne, their manager Dave Bell has picked Rebecca Cook in midfield, or attacking midfield, in place of Alex Kavanagh. That's their only alteration from the team that beat Galway 5-0 a couple of weeks ago. Captain Pearl Slattery will lead the team from centre-back, with October League Player of the Month Jessica Zhu part of a number of attacking players in the team. Our referee is Paula Brady, assistants are Kieran Delaney and Daniel Murphy. Peamount playing from left to right in the first half. As you look, they're wearing their home strip of green jerseys, black shorts and black socks. Shelbourne in their home strip of all red. They're playing from right to left. So we'll get a handle on the team formations for you in just a second, as Shells go on the attack early in the game. And I suppose the headline news, as I mentioned, Chloe, is that Stephanie Roach is up front for Peamount. She's a hugely experienced player, played a lot of international games as well, of course, scored that famous goal that almost won the Puskas Goal of the Year award too, and she'll be a definite danger for the Shells back four, or back whatever they're playing, to keep an eye on if it's a back three or a back four, which we'll check in just a second.
Yeah, look, obviously that's a bit of a surprise since she hasn't started the past few games for Peamount, but as you said yourself, hugely experienced player, so no doubt she'll do the job for them, and Megan Lynch, I suppose, who started last week, will come on at some stage.
This game, of course, behind closed doors as well, so a sprinkling of club officials and media here, along with the medical teams and stuff, but apart from that, no official fans allowed in, as Anya O'Gorman has a run down the right here for Peamount. We spoke to Anya in our build-up. She's the league top scorer with 12 goals this season. She's chasing her 3rd league golden boot of her career, over 100 Ireland caps as well. Herself and Eleanor Ryan Doyle, her teammate, competing for that golden boot award. Ellie has 10. And a first opportunity here for Emily Whelan to have a run in behind. And shouts for a corner kick, but referee Paula Brady has awarded a goal kick to Peamount.
Yeah, great ball by Jess Sue there over the top. Obviously Jess Sue and Emily Whelan have a lot of experience playing together, so they know where to pick each other out.
So to beat Niamh Reid-Burke to take this one up to go longer towards Stephanie Roach. And Shells again looking to mount a first proper attack of the game in front of their away dugout on the far side here at PRL Park. Pitch in fantastic condition, especially for mid-November. It's not a very common time of the year for League of Ireland football to be on since the league's changed to summer football. Looked like a free kick there, but not given by Paula Brady. Probably a foul, was it?
Yeah, probably looked at it from here anyway. But fair play to Emily, she dusted herself off. She's back up again.
So here's Jamie Finn. And another chance again for Emily Whelan. And Shells try and get their centre forward involved in the game as early as possible.
Good defending by Niamh Farley there.
So it'll be a throw into Shells. It's Jamie Finn who's come up from the back three to take this one. And an opportunity to get this one into the box possibly. Not too much space for a long throw given the fencing here in Peamount, so it's thrown short back to Finn again. And only half clear towards the edge of the box. And it's Emily Whelan looking to chase that one down, but will just break towards the edge of the box to Ciara Grant, who's quick counter-attack started by Niamh Reid Burke, who, as we spoke in the build-up, is a number of, I think it's 8 players from both Peamount and Shells named in Vera Pauw's extended Ireland squad for the Germany Euro qualifier. Vera Pauw, the Ireland manager, and Eileen Gleeson both here tonight to run the rule over the players before they meet up.
Yeah, you can see everyone's well up for this game. Decent spell of pressure from Shells now and Peamount's half, so everyone's fighting for every single ball. How
important are the early exchanges in these games in your experience in terms of just what Shells on the attacker? Because there's a chance here for Emily Whelan, who's through on goal, and a really good save by Niamh Reid Burke. First proper opening of the game coming in the 6th minute, 1-on-1. The attack isn't over just yet, but it will be cleared up and cleared away here by Claire Walsh. And that's a really good chance for Shells and for Emily Whelan.
Yeah, great chance on goal there. Niamh Reid Burke did well to get herself in front of Emily and get her body, make it as difficult as she could for Emily to slot it home.
Good chance. Would have been a great start for Shells, but the job of the goalkeepers to make big saves, and that's exactly what Niamh Reid Burke did. Nisha McClune played in the game last week to win over Cork City, but Niamh definitely the first choice and is back in tonight. And Stephanie Roach knocks that one down towards Eleanor Ryan Doyle, but it's broken to Shells. Izzy Atkinson's pass there just didn't find its target. And back into Roach again from Anya O'Gorman. The ball hits the referee there and has broken to Peamount. I thought the rule was if the ball hit the referee and it went to the team that weren't in possession, the ref was meant to stop the game, and that's what Dave Bell on the far side is asking for, but his team have the ball back now. But Izzy Atkinson's pass just out for a throw in. Really nice view there of PRL Park under the Saturday night floodlights. Lovely touch inside by Stephanie Roach. And Anya O'Gorman into Karen Duggan. Back to Gorman again. And again, you can see that tactic early in the game. It's definitely for Shells is to try and get Emily Whelan behind us quickly as possible. And Peamount looking for a pass in behind themselves, but the second ball has broken to Anya O'Gorman, who finds Stephanie Roach, and her switch of play towards the far side. Excellent ball, but just cut out by Shells.
Great step in there by Jess Gleeson. Made all the difference, because I think Alana McAvoy was in there otherwise.
You may have heard the shout there. Bambi, Rebecca Cook, who's going to take this free kick, is nicknamed Bambi, which is an interesting one. I'm not sure if you know why that one is, Chloe.
I think it's just down to her, I suppose, her physical appearance, but also the fact that she's very, very quick. So honestly, I don't know the roots for the nickname, but I presume that's why.
Yeah, in football, there's so many nicknames that you never know what the reason for them is. So here's Jess Gargan and her longer pass towards both Cook and Whelan, who are on the run, but well swept up by Niamh Reid Burke to set Peamount on the attack. Dervla Byrne on the far side trying to find Alana McAvoy, but just deflected off the Shell's defender and out for a throw in. But a big chance for Peamount here from the cross. Shouts for a handball on the far side, but looked accidental. And it's Rachel Kelly who's happy to have that one. Jamie Finn back to her goalkeeper, and a nice ball into midfield. Izzy Atkinson tries to turn, but Peamount to press that one well, and it's Anya O'Gorman again going down the right hand side here, and a really good cross, right footed. And it was Alana McAvoy coming in off the far side at the back post, but decent defending by Shells there, because that was a decent cross.
Yeah, you can see the magnitude of the occasion playing a part here. The turnover in play between the two teams is quite high, so obviously it's a lot of nerves and quite high intensity from the get-go. You'd like to see the older players maybe just calm things down a bit and start playing a bit more passes.
Just crossing the 10-minute mark here. Peamount 0, Shelbourne 0. If you're just joining us, you're very welcome on FAI TV. A win for either team tonight will secure the 2020 Women's National League title. A draw means Peamount can go to their final game against Wexford with their destiny in their own hands as such. This is the last game of the season for Shelbourne. And we saw in our preview package 2 meetings so far this season. Both wins for Peamount, a 1-0 win here in the FAI Cup not too long ago. Eleanor Ryan Doyle got the winner. And a 6-1 win for Peamount at Talca Park in late September. I wonder will that have featured in the pre-match team talks from both managers, because that was a fairly surprising scoreline among two of the best 3 teams in the country.
Yeah, no, definitely. Don't expect that tonight anyway. I'm sure we will see quite a few goals, but it'll be more even tie.
This, of course, a truncated League of Ireland season with COVID-19 impacting this league like all others. So, very interested in how the FAI structured it with the first round of games and then a split into the top 6 and the bottom 4. And this is 2 of the top 6 in action. And from speaking to both managers in the preview, James O'Callaghan and Dave Bell, all the players as well, Chloe just really happy to have a season to play.
Yeah, no, definitely, and look, they'll relish this occasion. Mightn't have thought 5-6 months ago that we'd get here. So yeah, no, I'm sure all the girls are delighted to have finished the season and in such good form as well. Yeah,
FAI Cup final to come as well between Peamount and Cork City at Tallaght Stadium, and one more league game to go as well. Free kick though for Shells, and that was a ball, I think it was towards Rebecca Cook, one of those crosses that if it touches anybody it gives the goalkeeper difficulty. But Niamh Reid Burke judged it well. Bit of zip on the pitch as well. The pitch here in really good condition, but as night sets, the bit of zip on the grass. It was raining in the build up to kick off. Thankfully has stopped for the game itself as Shell's going another attack. And it's Jess Gargan down the right hand side, but her left foot across in towards Emily Whelan. And it's Whelan again who wants to spin in the box here, and her right foot across. It's Claire Walsh that cuts that one out and is happy to give away a throw in. Shells, I think, have definitely had more attacks so far in this game.
Yeah, it's good to see. I suppose you would have expected potentially Peamount, maybe the favourites, to come out and spend most of the first half in the Shells half. But look, Shells are well up for this, and you can see that.
So goal kick to Peamount. And again, Niamh Rieberg is opting to go a little bit longer with this one. It's a good kick towards Eleanor Ryan Doyle, and Peamount do well to pick up the second ball there through Lucy McCartan. And that one is just flicked out for a throw in on the far side. So it's definitely Roche to try to link that, and the longer pass there from Shells just didn't find Emily Whelan, who was over on the far side.
Good clearance by Jess there to take the pressure off Shells.
And that's a great ball over the top for Anya O'Gorman to chase. Pearl Slattery, captain against captain there, was over to offer cover for Rachel Kelly to race off her line and gather that one. So Peamount on the attack again here. But really good midfield play there by Rebecca Cook just to get across to sweep that one up. But ball back in possession of Peamount. Niamh Farley to Claire Walsh, and really good width on this side, just out of shot from Lauren O'Callaghan, who's in great space here, and it's her who actually gets the pass. No offside. O'Callaghan right foot across towards the back post and just evades all of the Peamount players here. That was a good chance to get a good cross into the box. Lovely pass from midfield all the way out to the right back, Lauren O'Callaghan, who offered some really good width there.
Yeah, Shell's a bit lucky there that no one was there to head that into the back of the net.
Second ball's break on the edge of the box, but picked up by Jessica Zhu, who was the October League Player of the Month, which is sponsored by Barrettstown. This Shelbourne team, like Peamount, mixed with experience and youth, and lots of really, really good players on show for both sides.
Karen did well there to win a corner and putting Shells under pressure now. Shells have been receiving quite a bit of pressure now in the last few minutes, so see what happens now at the corner. Yeah,
first corner of the game for Peamount. So the first chance to get a ball into the box here. And it's just about everybody. It has broken though. Space at the back post here. And space on the edge of the box. Second ball as well will break, and just didn't sit right really for Peamount there to get a proper shot at goal. Lots of Shelbourne bodies in and around the box, and just made it difficult for Peamount to get a proper strike off. And flag up on the far side, so that'll be a quick throw in. We've got a multi-ball system in place here, so not too long for the players to wait for the second ball to come on and to restart the action. And first decision there for the referees to make on that far side in terms of a throw, and it went the way of the home team. Home advantage and all that. And that's a strong header there by the Shelbourne captain, Pearl Slattery. Whose leagues and FAI Cups to her name. A really top Women's National League player in recent years, and heavily involved in the women's side of Shelbourne Football Club as well. Possible space here on this near side of Peamount, can switch play, but good defending by Shelbourne. And Jess Gleeson clears that one. And it's Emily Whelan looking to race away here. There's 3 Peamount defenders against her though, so odds definitely against, and eventually cleared, and that's a foul.
Yeah, initially great touch by Ciara Grant, taken away from her opposition player, and then finding Was it Emily Whelan up top? But yeah, I think Peamount are growing into the game now, so Shells need to be careful to relieve pressure where they can.
Yeah, you really feel the first goal in a game like this, a massive confidence booster in any football match, but particularly in a football match of this importance. So it looks as if Peamount are going to put this one right in on top of Shells. Anya O'Gorman was the target on this side, but it's a little bit short. That's a difficult ball for Claire Walsh to deal with, but just volleyed away. As Niamh Farley just apologises for the quality of the free kick. She wanted it to go a little bit longer. So it'll be Jamie Finn, the left of that back three for Shelbourne, to take this throw in. Two different systems in operation tonight. Shelbourne playing with a back three and with wing backs and four in the middle with Emily Whelan up front, as you've seen. Peamount playing a traditional 4-3-3 formation. And a little chance here for Shells to go on the attack through Ciara Grant. She plays a nice ball wide. It's crossed in, but well caught by Niamh Reid Burke, who starts a quick counter attack. Really good throw in by Reid Burke to set Anya O'Gorman racing down this near side. Lauren O'Callaghan's on the overlap as well, and Stephanie Roach has just tried to find her, but good covering there by Izzy Atkinson. He's playing at wing back but has to defend as well as attack. It's a role increasingly used by football managers, but for a wing back you have to be very, very fit to get up and down the pitch.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's an issue there with Izzy Atkinson. She's in good nick, came back from injury after a long season out, and she's hoping to push into the senior squad now, so no fears about being unfit.
Strong tackle there by
Ciara
Grant. Fair one though. And Pearl Slattery clears that one. She was just fouled, and I don't think she's too impressed with no, it's okay there. The players just having a little word with each other there. It's Eleanor Ryan Doyle that made that foul. O'Gorman picks that one up. She opts to just recycle possession through Claire Walsh, but Walsh has been robbed here by Emily Whelan. A real chance here on the counter attack for Shelbourne. It's Emily Whelan. She's forced across the pitch though. Rebecca Cook, her pass towards Jessica Zhu, but well defended by Peamount. Second ball breaks to Shells though, and again good defending, and Emily Whelan there just ran out of space. She wanted to go towards goal and she was forced to run across the pitch.
Yeah, great hustling by Emily Whelan. That's what she's best at. She's tankless, runs all day long, and she'll run for balls that even you don't think anyone can get. She'll get there somehow. So yeah, great running by her. Yeah, one of the 4 Shelbourne players on show named in that extended Ireland squad, and with Vera Powell and Eileen Gleeson here tonight, if there are still to make any last minute decisions on who will make the final cut for that Euro qualifier against Germany, which is at Tallaght Stadium. The girls who are in that squad will, I'm sure, be very eager to impress tonight. Yeah, and look, it's also an opportunity for other players who haven't made the squad this time around to show what they can do and potentially be involved next time around too.
So we're at the halfway point of the first half here at PRL Park in tonight's Women's National League of Ireland fixture between Peamount United and Shelbourne, with the league title on the line. If either team win, it's all over, and we will be staying on air for the trophy presentation and interviews with winning players and winning manager if the title is won tonight. And that crossfield ball by Izzy Atkinson just a little bit off target. Another of the internationals is Niamh Reid Burke. It's a nice pass towards Atkinson. A possible foul there, yeah. I think that was a foul by Lauren O'Callaghan. So a good chance here for Shelbourne to pop this one into the box.
Good vision by Izzy. She probably saw Lauren come in the corner of her eye and decided to flick it on.
Yeah, just a late tackle there by Lauren O'Callaghan, just a second off winning the ball. So it'll be Ciara Grant, looks like to take this one with her right foot, but Izzy Atkinson as the left-footed option is also over it here. Peamount have left Stephanie Roach up, which is keeping a couple of Shelbourne defenders back, but lots of options in the box for Dave Bell's team here. Will there be a magic set piece from the training ground? So it will be Ciara Grant to take it, and it does look like she was looking for something, but I'm not necessarily sure if she was looking for that. But Emily Whelan has chased it all the way to the corner. And no foul, says one of the coaching staff on the far side, but Whelan does brilliantly. And it's Jamie Finn to try and find Whelan again, and Peamount defending there, happy to give away the corner. They just couldn't get the free kick cleared after. It was probably played to an area where they weren't sure, and again a decent chance for Shells from this corner. The fact that they haven't had a game for a couple of weeks, I'm sure they have been just practicing at this level of the game different types of set pieces to try and catch the opposition out. So corner on the far side to be taken by Izzy Atkinson, who's jogged across from this near side to take the corner, and it's left footed but well cleared by Peamount. And first clearance was good, second clearance not so good, and that should be the goalkeeper's ball. And Eleanor Ryan Doyle is given an option in behind here. And that one just misjudged a little bit. And you can see the game plan from Peamount from that point of view. Chloe is definitely from Niamh Burke is to try and get it up the pitch as quickly as possible, play to their strengths, and they'll be hoping to try and create a little bit of space in areas. And here's Stephanie Roach. Foul there, I think it was by Ciara Grant. It's Karen Duggan who's the one who was fouled there.
Dangerous position here now for Shells. A lot of players on the Peamount team who can strike this first time, so it'll be interesting to see who takes it now.
Yeah, probably 35 yards, being generous here, so would have to do really, really well to beat Rachel Kelly. But as Chloe mentioned, lots of options. There's currently 3 Peamount players around the ball. It's actually Claire Walsh who's over at the moment, and she's playing centre back. She has her captain Anya O'Gorman just out of shot, and a 3-player wall for Shelbourne. It does look though like it will be Claire Walsh to smack this one, and it is, but it's not well hit at all and easily intercepted by Shells. And Claire Walsh there would have hoped for better. It wasn't the best effort and didn't trouble the goal. So we did say before the game that if this match happens to be a draw, that it means that Shelbourne would stay 1 point ahead. Shelbourne have no more games left after tonight. Peamount do have one, which is against Wexford in a couple of weeks' time after the international break. But Shells want to win the league tonight, and it's Emily Whelan, should I say. And that one again deflected out for a corner. I was just about to say, Chloe, given how tight the game has been so far, both teams definitely playing to make sure that they don't lose it at the moment, and that's probably understandable given what's on the line, the prize on the line for both teams. The league trophy is here tonight, the league medals are here tonight, and we're all ready for a presentation if one of them happens to win the game.
Yeah, I think you can see both teams are trying to get a goal as early as possible. People, both teams want to, close up the game as early as possible. So yeah, you can definitely see that.
So another Shells corner. Izzy Atkinson left footed towards the back post, and that's beaten everybody. And that'll just go out for a goal kick, I think. Yeah. So again, another set piece opportunity wasted so far. We had a Peamount up the other end there just a moment ago with the Claire Walsh free kick, and then the corner from Izzy Atkinson. In these tight matches, set pieces are so important. I wish I had brought an extra coat actually. It's fairly cold here, so if you're watching from the warmth of your sitting room with the fire lighting, Fair play to you. We're at PRL Park, and we're actually very happy to be here because I know so many football fans are so disappointed not to be able to watch these matches, but it is quite chilly here for us in the commentary box. But here's Aine O'Gorman, and space for her to cross it right footed, but well blocked down by Jamie Finn, and a second opportunity for it to be crossed in, and that's a loose header which Stephanie Roach does really well to rescue, and it's Aine O'Gorman's cross towards the back post, and that's punched out by Rachel Kelly, who was under a little bit of pressure from a couple of Peamount attackers. So corner ball for Peamount to make it 2 corners each so far tonight. So this corner will be an in-swinging right footer from Alana McAvoy. Lots of players in the box. Second ball is broken, and a big chance here for Peamount, just blocked on the line by one of the Shelbourne defenders, or at least in the pack there. It's the second occasion where Shells have just about been able to scramble it away. And all you want there, Chloe, is just a ball to break to one of your attacking players in an area where they have a half yard for a shot, and Shells did great just to make sure that that didn't happen. It was Jamie Finn with the first clearance, and Izzy Atkinson to complete it. Second corner whipped in again, and it was Stephanie Roach going for that one. Corner again from Alana McAvoy, and an ambitious effort from Lauren O'Callaghan there, and the ball just didn't break there in the box in the right place for Peamount. And that flick on, I thought was going to favour Aine O'Gorman, but Jamie Finn has done brilliantly to get across. And the assistant referee Kieran Delaney on this side has opted to award that throw in to Shelbourne.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good battle all night between Jamie Finn and Aine O'Gorman there, it seems. So
yeah, the 1v1 battles all over the pitch are so important. Here's Pearl Slattery. A little bit of space to step in here. And into the feet there of Jessica Zhu, but her pass back was a little bit loose and right on her goalkeeper there to just clear that one. O'Callaghan into Aine O'Gorman, who of course is wearing the green of Peamount tonight, hopes to wear the green of Ireland against Germany. Came out of international retirement recently. 104 caps I think it is now, which is an incredible achievement, and that's a definite foul. Rachel Graham, who's doing that defensive midfield role, and it's an important one, and at times fouls like that, Chloe, will be given away, and that's just part of the role in that midfield, is to ensure that Peamount don't create space in those areas.
yeah, I don't think that was intentional now. She was just a bit late, but I suppose it was free kick, so Paula needs to give it.
And another chance here for a free kick. It's Aine O'Gorman is going to be over this one, and it is definitely 40-45 yards out here. And just out of picture, Emily Whelan on the far side has had to jog across. I'm not sure if it's a blood injury. We'll be able to have a look in just a second, but she's off the pitch for the moment, just getting some treatment from the Shelbourne physio on the far side. So a 2-player wall for Shelbourne, and if Aine O'Gorman scores this, she will be scoring the goal of the season, if she shoots, of course. Famous last words from the commentator. Here she goes, Aine O'Gorman. No, it's a cross, and it's a great ball into the box, well headed out. Second ball will break on the edge of the box to Alana McAvoy. That's good defending on the far side from Jessica Argan. Yeah, I thought Aine might have shot there, but I should have known better.
Yeah, I think it would have been very ambitious for her to shoot from there, but yeah, good cross from her, but good following into the box by the Shells players.
Emily Whelan has rejoined the action, and she's blocked that one down there, and she has a chance to have a race here with Claire Walsh. The deflection just favoured the Peamount defender, who opts to play a back pass, and Reid Burke smashes that one up the pitch, and that'll go out for a throw in. But Whelan a little bit unlucky there. She was kind of falling and the ball just bounced off her and could have led to her going 1-on-1. So Jamie Finn, and that's just a loose one by Jessica Zhu, picked up by Stephanie Roach, and lovely skill by Roach, and great strength as well, really showing her experience there. Shells wanted a foul, not given. So lovely combination play there between Aine O'Gorman and Stephanie Roach, and both of those players showing their experience. So it's Lucy McCartan Good defending by Shelbourne, and it's Rebecca Cook who's given that one away though. And that's a fantastic pass by Claire Walsh. Really good, really pacey. Found the feet of her teammate, and another lovely pass into the feet of Stephanie Roach, and it's in behind towards Eleanor Ryan Doyle, and that's nice play by Peamount.
Yeah, good tracking back by Pearl as well, but yeah, you can see that comes from the training ground from Peamount. A few passes linking up midfield up top.
Dave Bell, the Shelbourne manager on the far side, you probably can't hear him, but he's just shouted, "What are we doing, girls?" He's definitely not overly impressed with some of their passing. And we spoke in the build up to both Dave and Pearl Slattery, and they were very happy with their recent form since that defeat to Peamount. Just one defeat for Shelbourne all season, who are the top scorers in the league with 36 goals. Peamount just one goal behind them on 35. We've also got the teams with the two best defensive records in the league as well. Peamount have conceded just 7 goals in their 10 league matches. Shelbourne and Wexford Youths have conceded 12 each. The Wexford manager Tom Elms is here tonight because his team do face Peamount in their next match. So definitely the two best teams. Most goals scored between them, and the least goals conceded generally tends to lead to the top teams in the league. Peamount one defeat themselves, so 9 wins each for these two sides. So they're used to picking up 3 points on a weekly basis. And Peamount have a chance, Stephanie Roach, just to chase this one down. I think it was Jess Gleeson to clear that one, but it's picked up again. Peamount having a good spell here now, Chloe, and Shells I thought started again the better, but it's Peamount on the attack now. We've been looking this direction for the last number of minutes really.
Yeah, I think Shell's been a bit erratic now the past few minutes. They just
and
need
a
to
chance here possibly. Is it a free out or is it a goalkeeper's ball? The goalkeeper certainly has it, Rachel Kelly, and I think the Peamount attacker was entitled to go for the ball. In fairness, it was a breaking ball, and if you get a toe on that, it's a goal from 5 or 6 yards out. Possibly some contact with the goalkeeper, but I think that's one of those, Chloe, if you're on the pitch you definitely go for that ball without trying to hurt the goalkeeper, of course.
Yeah, no, obviously you're going to chance everything you can, but the ref is always going to give that in the keeper's favour, so the right call there, I think.
So thankfully Rachel Kelly is okay, and she'll just get the bouncing ball to restart here. And Shelbourne up and digging up the pitch on this one. 10 minutes to half time. Pearl Slattery tidies that one up back to her goalkeeper. And across now to Jess Gleeson, who does have 5 or 6 Shelbourne players high, but that one out of play just above her own dugout. And Peamount definitely growing in confidence as well. Here's Claire Walsh. And that second ball will break to Peamount, and a chance for Anya O'Gorman in behind here. O'Gorman, I misjudged that one myself. I thought it was actually closer to her. Just a little bit long on the slick surface here. So it's Jamie Finn in possession now. And that one again is more so towards our commentary box than her teammate Jessu. And a nice link there by Stephanie Roach, who's played well so far tonight. Pearl Slattery wanted an advantage there, but not given. Headed inside very well by Izzy Atkinson to Jessica Zhu, who combines again with Izzy Atkinson. Left-footed cross, and that's a chance across the front for Shelbourne. It's Emily Whelan who just tried to drop it off to the edge of the box, but again, really good defending by Peamount. It's those simple last passes that are just letting both teams down, and it's because of the quality of defending, really, I think, that whenever a team looks like they're going to make the final pass to make a shot, the opposition defenders, Chloe, are just there to snuff it out.
Yeah, you can see with the magnitude of the occasion, all the players are putting their bodies on the line for the moment anyway, while they have the energy. And of course, with the
new rules because of COVID-19 this season. 5 substitutes available to both managers. They have to be made in 3 different intervals, which doesn't include half time. But that's a loose pass by Peamount, and it's Izzy Atkinson to play it in for Emily Whelan. And fantastic defending. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick, is it? Yeah, just deflected out. And again, Emily Whelan just a yard off, going 1v1 there. You can see on the replay here, she's going in, and it's a brilliant tackle. Lauren O'Callaghan, and her clearance actually deflected back off Emily Whelan, and out for a goal kick. So good defending.
Yeah, super well timed as well.
Because if that's a foul, it's probably a red card. Nice touch again by Stephanie Roach, and really strong tackle there by Lauren O'Callaghan. Thankfully that one didn't come flying into our commentary box. Our TV screen and laptop would have been out the window. We did a game a couple of weeks ago in the UCD Bowl for the First Division playoff, and myself and Conan Byrne on that night, Chloe just about avoided injury from a flying football, so we'll keep our eyes on it.
Fingers crossed for now.
You'll probably control it though.
Don't know about my touch at the moment.
These are definitely the type of games, as a player, all the other Women's National League players watching our stream tonight, and you know, people like yourself, Chloe, these are the games that as a football player you want to be playing in.
Yeah, absolutely. But quality players on the pitch here, so a lot to envy, but a great watch.
You let them do their thing tonight. I'm sure people from Cork City watching interestingly as well. They were here last week themselves. A 3-0 league defeat. They will meet Peamount in the Women's FAI Cup final at Tallaght Stadium as the season reaches the business end. So it's Lauren O'Callaghan who wants to cross this one in, and that's a foul on Anya O'Gorman. You can just see our commentary box here, folks. We're up on a scaffolding, so there's a couple of the shots that are blocked a tiny bit by the poles, but unfortunately that can't be avoided. I want to say a big thanks to Derek Masterson, who's the Peamount United goalkeeping coach, but he specifically built us a commentary box and scaffolding for this game for the live stream. Myself and Tom from Doppler Media met him last week, and he couldn't have been more helpful, along with everyone else in Peamount, Brian and Dennis and Elaine and everyone from Shelbourne as well. So a massive effort from everybody to help us get this commentary on, along with all those from Team FAI as well. So this will be a wide free kick for Peamount, and it's Stephanie Roach who looks like she wants to take this left foot. It's a nice angle to curl it in towards the back post, and again another disappointing set piece.
Yeah, might have expected a bit more, but I suppose she hasn't had too many minutes under her belt, so hopefully she'll grow into the game a bit more as well. 5
minutes to half time. Peamount 0, Shelbourne 0. And another unforced error by Shelbourne. I think it'd definitely be Dave Bell who'll be the unhappier of the two managers, even though Emily Whelan does look a big threat on the counter attack. In general play, they've given the ball away a little bit cheaply at times. And here is Rebecca Cook racing through central midfield here for Shelbourne. She's got Izzy Atkinson to the left, and she's got Emily Whelan, but just overran it. And Anya O'Gorman's clearance picked up though by Rachel Graham. And it's Ciara Grant chasing that one, but that's just out for a throw in on the far side. You just feel that Shells again are just a second off getting a chance for Emily Whelan. But she has been marshalled well so far by Claire Walsh and Niamh Farrelly at the back for Peamount. All these players of course know each other so well. Not too many surprises in team selection and formations. 2 changes for Peamount from their last outing, and just a 1 for Shelbourne. Dave Bell, the manager of Shelbourne, did speak in his preview with me about the number of players getting game time this season, given how short the season is. Maybe it wouldn't be the same as in a normal season where you might have 22, 24, 26 league games. Both of these teams, Shells have played 11, Peamount 10, so I suppose if your team is winning, Chloe, and the players who are starting every week are playing well, it's difficult for the manager to justify making too many changes.
Yeah, I think you might want to take the occasion into account as well, and the specific players that you're coming up against, so potentially that's why Steph Roach started tonight.
So everybody thought that was going to go into the box, including ourselves, but Peamount have played a switch of play to this side. And it's Lauren O'Callaghan linking up again with her winger Aine O'Gorman. And O'Gorman, tricky, left foot across. It's actually worked out quite well. But the second ball won by Bambi, as you'll hear. That's Rebecca Cook. And Izzy Atkinson here, a chance to get in behind, but really good defending by Claire Walsh, but her clearance only goes as far as Jessica Zhu, who again tries to play behind for Emily Whelan. And really good goalkeeping, shouts for a penalty, no chance, absolutely no chance. It's great goalkeeping, the ball in Niamh Reid Burke's hands, and you wouldn't blame the Shelbourne people for shouting for that one, but really good timing by the goalkeeper there. O'Gorman to Roach. And back to Lucy McCartan, but robbed by Jessica Zhu. And Atkinson inside. Shell's nice combination play there in midfield by Rebecca Cook. And it's Emily Whelan again to try and chase that one down, but her touch off her head just lets her down a little bit. And that ball does come into our commentary box and hits me, but thankfully I'm uninjured. Here you go. Playing commentator and ball boy. So it'll be Jamie Finn to throw this one in. O'Gorman. But Finn does well to win it back on a nice pass. And Ciara Grant's ball will actually find Jessica Zhu. There's no offside. Peamount wanted a flag, it hasn't come. And there will be a chance here for Izzy Atkinson to cross this, first time left footed. And I don't think she meant to try and find Rebecca Cook. It did find her, and it just flew under Rebecca Cook's foot. And it was Jess Gargan up from right wing back on the far side with that header, but easy for the goalkeeper.
Great vision by Ciara Grant there, I thought. I think she's been doing very well this half now and keeping the Shells play quite, constant, and she's not rushing anything. I think they need a bit more of that.
So we are just on the end of the 45 minutes here, and I don't expect too much injury time because I don't remember either physio having been on. So we're just probably playing maybe a minute of injury time here. So last chance for each team in the first half, and again really nice play by Claire Walsh to find Lauren O'Callaghan, and it's into Aine O'Gorman. Great play by Peamount. Stephanie Roach, fantastic passing football front to back, and Stephanie Roach's pass to the far side, it's to Alana McAvoy, and really good defend. That would have been a brilliant goal from Peamount, literally from back to front, 3 or 4 passes. James O'Callaghan prides his teams on playing a lovely passing brand of football, and that was a really nice move, Chloe.
Yeah, God, last ditch defending by Ciara Grant as a midfielder all the way back in the right back position. Huge interception by her.
So we're in the 46th minute now. We're just a minute over time, so this I would suggest is probably the last ball of the first half. O'Gorman into Karen Duggan and into the feet of Stephanie Roach. Stephanie Roach, and it's well blocked. It was Pearl Slattery, and that's a good tackle by Jessica Zhu. Atkinson, as referee Paula Brady blows the half-time whistle here at PRL Park in tonight's Women's National League of Ireland fixture between Peamount United and Shelbourne. Peamount 0, Shelbourne 0, on a night that could decide the destination of the 2020 League of Ireland title. So tight, probably a half so far for the defenders as opposed to the attackers. Chloe, what have you made of it?
Yeah, look, I'm interested to see the fact that it's half time now. No goals. Would have expected a couple of goals by now. You could see both teams are really, really up for it. From a Peamount point of view, I think they're creating potentially a bit more than Shells are. Shells is a bit, Emily Whelan's a bit isolated up top. She's chasing everything down. I don't know, can she do that for 90 minutes though? So be interested to see if there'll be any changes early on in the second half. Yeah, that big chance early in the half for Emily Whelan, really well saved by Niamh Reid Burke. Probably the best opportunity of the game for Shelbourne. Yeah, no, Niamh Reid Burke's done really, really well. Obviously Jan Willem is here now, so she'll want to make her mark now for the game against Germany next week. So fair play to her. She's had a really good half. Yeah, Jan Willem is the women's national team goalkeeping coach, along with the manager Vera Pow and assistant Eileen Gleeson here tonight. For Peamount, no real clear-cut chances, but Aine O'Gorman on form. Stephanie Roach has played really, really well, showed some nice touches, and people like Lauren O'Callaghan at right back and Alana McAvoy on the left, Eleanor Ryan Doyle, lots of threats in the Peamount team. Yeah, you could see the Peamount team are linking up quite well, probably a bit more than what Shells are doing. So Look, I think both teams will go into half time now, regroup, think about what can they do potentially better and where can they create chances.
Yeah, big 15 minutes of half time for the respective managers, James O'Callaghan and Dave Bell. And a reminder that Shelbourne are a point ahead at the moment of Peamount. This is the last game of the season for Shelbourne, so a win for Shells or a win for Peamount will secure the 2020 league title for that team. Goal difference does not come into account, so if this game happens to be a draw, status quo, Shells a point ahead, but Peamount play Wexford after the international break, so a draw in that match will take things to a league playoff. A win for Peamount will take the title back here to PRL Park for the second year in a row. So all to play for in the second half. We'll be back with you in a few minutes. Now it's time for a nice warm cup of tea. See you shortly. So you're very welcome back to PRL Park here in Green Oak for live Women's National League of Ireland action. It's Peamount against Shelbourne with the winner take all league title on the line. Just getting ready for the second half. Scoreless in the first and no changes for either team that we can see. It's Jamie Moore here alongside Chloe Mustaki, who's played for both of these clubs. And an enjoyable first half. Thanks to everybody who's joined us so far, as Emily Whelan has an immediate chance for Shelbourne here. Emily Whelan right footed. And it's a goal. Shelbourne have taken the lead here at PRL Park. Just 15 seconds into the second half. I would think that the goalkeeper, Niamh Reid Burke, would have thought she might have saved it, but she didn't. And the strike from Emily Whelan, we'll have a look at the replay. Just through the hands of the goalkeeper. It's dropped in. And Shelbourne, Chloe, have taken the lead.
Yeah, God. Very, very big start to the second half. I thought Emily took that really, really well. You know, Niamh Reid Burke did everything she could to get her hands to it, but good power on it, and yeah, ended up in the back of the net.
A big, big moment for Shelbourne. I was just mentioning that the team that wins this match will be the 2020 League of Ireland champions. And it's first blood to Shelbourne. We spoke about the threat of Emily Whelan in behind in the first half, and she just never really got a proper chance, bar that one-on-one early in the game. But she didn't need a second invitation to finish that one. And even though I think Niamh Reid Burke will be disappointed as a goalkeeper that she couldn't grab it, Shells won't care. They've taken the lead. They came into tonight's game 1 point ahead of Peamount. And even though Peas do have one match left against Wexford, they would be 4 points behind, meaning that it's game, set and match tonight. Shells won the treble, of course, in 2016. They have been second in the last 2 seasons. And they are ahead here this evening, as Jess Gleeson is warned by the referee to give up the old time wasting. What a start to the second half. We expected goals, and thankfully we have one. And lots of Shelbourne supporters and parents and partners and friends and wherever they might be in Dublin or indeed across the world jumping around their sitting rooms cheering. I can assure you, you're warmer than us. Here's Emily Whelan again. So it's Alana McAvoy. And again, straight to the feet of Emily Whelan. And Whelan having a run here, but really good defending.
Yeah, I think it's important that Emily got that goal early on in the second half, because, as I said, I don't know if she could last running as hard as she is for the 90 minutes. So
that ball just missed us by inches. Thankfully our screens and our laptops are still intact. So it'll be Jess Gleeson to take this one. That one, it looks like there's actually an injury here for Peamount. Is it Eleanor Ryan Doyle? It's just talking to the referee at the moment, yeah. And I'm sure though Peamount disappointed to concede so early. Chloe, they do know they do have a lot of firepower. Their team has the 2 top scorers in the league. Someone like Stephanie Roach as well. All is not lost for them. And Emily Whelan doing her international chances, no harm at all. Scoring in front of the manager Vera Pow. Peamount, Chloe, are so experienced. They've won the league last year, involved in recent cup finals as well, played in the Champions League this year, so they won't panic. They're on the attack again here. And they certainly will know that they've plenty of time left to go.
I think it'll be up to the experienced players now to settle things down for Peamount and get playing again and keep doing what they're doing.
They also know a draw keeps their league dream alive. And even if things get to 88, 89, 90 minutes, just one goal in it, they'll still have a chance. As they go on the attack again here. Here's Stephanie Roach. And it's Pearl Slattery over to defend that one. And I think Pearl has got the ball and the corner flag there on the far side. No nonsense defender and a no nonsense tackle there. So this will be a corner, and it's Alana McAvoy who's taking a jog across to take that one. It's going to be an outswinger, right-footed. It's just a possible decoy here, and it's whipped in by McAvoy. Well punched away by Rachel Kelly, and that'll drop on the edge of the box. Big chance for Peamount here to have a strike from the edge of the box, but Lauren O'Callaghan, I think she was in two minds there, Chloe, between maybe shooting and maybe playing a pass, and it ended up being neither really, and just clipped over the top.
Yeah, I don't think she's used to being in those positions as a defender, so yeah, took a good enough whack at it, but I unfortunately quite far over the bar. Yeah, 3 Shells defenders out quickly to try and block the shot, and they will run and they will block and they will tackle and they will hold on to what they have as hard as they can, knowing the prize that's on offer here, and a league trophy for them tonight if they can win the game. But as I mentioned, plenty of time left, and Peamount have actually reacted quite well to going behind, and a nice atmosphere here, even though there's a very, very small crowd, all essential staff and club officials and media, but still a bit of noise, and we're sorry those watching us at home couldn't be here. There would definitely be thousands and hundreds anyway of football fans here tonight. But another good chance for Shells. It was definitely a foul by Peamount. Advantage played by Paula Brady, and that's another foul, and that'll be the first yellow card of the game, I think. And it's Karen Duggan who's picked up a yellow card here, and again a foul here, Chloe, that you're probably happy to take to stop Emily Whelan on the counter-attack. That's the definite definition of a professional foul. Yeah, definitely. I think Karen knew she wasn't going to be able to catch up with her. Still a couple of players behind the ball, but you wouldn't be taking your chances against Emily Whelan, so good decision by Karen, I suppose.
So our first caution of the game, and a free kick on the far side for Shelbourne. I think it's Izzy Atkinson and Rebecca Cook. They're just having a little team meeting as to what they're going to do here. And it's a right footer, Rebecca Cook. It's a poor ball though, and it's Karen Duggan who picked up that book, and there's the one who cleared that one. And another player now being sent to the sidelines for treatment. The players seem to be aiming for us this half. Is that 3? Peamount just a player down at the moment. You can just see on the far sideline there. I'm not sure who's the one getting treatment.
I think it's Eleanor Ryan Doyle over there, not sure, nosebleed or something like that.
Yeah, she was just getting, she was a little bit uncomfortable a few minutes ago in front of us having a chat with the referee, so maybe it's just something that hopefully the physios can fix from their point of view. But here goes Anya O'Gorman, and Stephanie Roach is making a good run in behind here, but nice turn by Anya and a brilliant pass down the left hand side here for Dervla Burke, or Dervla Byrne should I say. And Dervla Byrne there just, I think, kind of fell over the ball a little bit there. She tried to make the cross, she wanted a corner, not given.
She caught her foot in the grass there, but good tracking back again by Keir Grant.
So Eleanor Ryan Doyle has rejoined the action. Never in my commentary career I've been more happy for a hot cup of tea at half time. You went for hot chocolate?
I did, yeah. Hands shaking, putting it back on the table.
Thanks to the folks at Peamount for looking after us. A nice biscuit as well. And if they're listening, if they want to send us out 2 more hot chocolates and teas, we probably wouldn't say no. Only joking, we're all good. Here goes Anya O'Gorman in some space. a chance to have a run at the Shells back four. And O'Gorman, whose left-footed shot just flicked off Jess Gleeson and saved by Rachel Kelly, who knocks that one forward. Bit of a mix-up there between the two Peamount players. Sturvilla Byrne to eventually hook it on. And here's Rebecca Cook. Great feat by Cook. Rebecca Cook, chance here for Emily Whelan. But really good defending. Shouts for a possible free kick out at Emily Whelan's tackle, but not given by the referee. And Peamount have just about won that one back, have they? No, again, really good defending by Rachel Graham in that number 6 role. She's wearing number 8, but she's playing in that number 6 role on the anchor at the base of that Shelbourne midfield, and doing a great job tonight so far. That's a short back pass though. And Avery Burke had to be on her toes there to come and clear that one. Quick throw in taken by Shelbourne, who aren't sitting on their 1-goal lead and do seem to want to go and try and get a second. They know they really have to win here, otherwise their destiny is out of their own hands. And there's Stephanie Roach, big chance here. She's got there ahead of Pearl Slattery. Here's Stephanie Roach racing down the left hand side, options at the back post, and a big chance here for Peamount, but well tackled again. That was Rachel Graham. It was Alana McAvoy, possibly just a heavy touch, Chloe, and a chance gone for Peamount. But it could be another one here. Just hold that thought for a second, please. Peamount doing really well just to box that one in and ensure Shelbourne couldn't establish good possession, having won the ball back. And now it's Shelbourne who've tried to win it back, and both teams just doing their best defensively to ensure and disrupt the opposition's play. And Durlaburn just can't catch that one. So yeah, chance there for Stephanie Roach on the cross. Just a bit of a heavy touch by McAvoy.
Yeah, it looks like Peamount are throwing everything now, trying to get a goal. They need to be careful at the back though. A few times Claire Walsh has been lost in possession there, so they can't go 2-0 down and make things even harder for them.
And that will be a throw into Shells as we approach the 60-minute mark here. It's going to be Jess Gleeson again to take this one. And Shelbourne certainly not in a hurry to take all their set pieces, but you can't blame them for that. Stephanie Roach, brilliant header inside towards Eleanor Ryan Doyle. She's round the goalkeeper, or at least I thought she was round the goalkeeper, but really good save there by Rachel Kelly. Nice header on, and you can see those ones where the goalkeeper fouls the attacker and it goes for a penalty, but Kelly did great there.
She did really, really well. Most keepers mightn't have come out there, and it would have given Eleanor Ryan Doyle the time to pick out a pass potentially or shoot. So
here's the corner, whipped in right footed towards the back post, and that's literally headed out on the goal line by one of the Shells players, but they haven't been able to clear it yet. Goalmouth scramble here, and it's still not cleared. Will be now though, and a chance on the counter attack for Rebecca Cook, who's had an excellent game in midfield for Shells. And there's a strong tackle, but a fair tackle. It was Claire Walsh or Niamh Farley. I think it could have been Niamh Farley actually who made that tackle.
I think it was, yeah. Great tackle by Niamh.
Yeah, strong tackle. Emily Whelan has actually just gone down in the middle of the pitch here. It was a fair tackle and one that you'd want your defenders to make, but Whelan seemed to be holding her lower back there. And that's a decent ball out of defence by Claire Walsh for Anya O'Gorman, with some space to have a run down the left here just in front of us. Great view of her 1v1 attacking plane. She's come inside and tried to play that diagonal pass, but a little bit straight. Great shout by Rachel Kelly. So it's in around this time in games when managers start to look at their benches and see what type of changes they need to make.
Yeah, I don't think Peamount are linking up as well as they usually do, so I'm sure James Callan will be looking who can they bring on, potentially Megan Lynch. Good wand of a left foot. Great issues for Shelbourne in their own penalty box potentially.
And of course the amount of energy all the players are putting in, it's been a really high-paced, high-tempo game. So definitely with the options available for the managers to make changes, of course they won't want to make too many and weaken what they feel has been their best 11 that they picked for the start of this match, but certainly the options are there for both managers if needed. Lovely pass down the right by Karen Duggan. And it's Alana McAvoy having a run. And that's just kind of hooked into the box but headed out by Pearl Slattery. A good defensive header. And Emily Whelan does brilliantly there. If this ball breaks for her, she does have space to run into, and it has done. Great control by Whelan, who's been really, really good so far. And that's a lovely pass out to Jess Gargan. A chance now for Ciara Grant to have a run. Game getting a little bit more stretched now, and Grant's ball over the top just a little bit long and won't find Jessica Zhu, as Dave Bell, the Shells manager, shouts on to keep the ball. And the one thing that Shells won't want, Chloe, is for the game to become stretched and they have to, you know, counter-attack, defend and stuff like that. They want to try and keep some sort of control on the game. But this is a chance for Peamount through the middle, and Eleanor Ryan Doyle, just a loose touch and can't find Alana McAvoy. And in the second half so far, the wingers for Peamount, Anya O'Gorman and Alana McAvoy, have changed wings, which is interesting. Any particular reason for that, do you think?
No, just up against different personnel, I suppose.
Yeah, Anya O'Gorman in some space here just in front of us. Of course, such a big season for Peamount already. In with a chance to win the league, an FAI Cup final to come against Cork City, and that Champions League penalty shootout heartbreak away to Glasgow City. I remember watching that stream and the drama and the excitement, and in the end the disappointment. They played so well and represented the league and the country fantastically, and unfortunately just a penalty shootout. Possible offside here, no flag. It's Emily Whelan again. She's been a real threat in behind this evening. Another strong tackle and a good chance here now for Peamount. This is what I said about Shelbourne allowing themselves to get counter-attack just like this. And here's Eleanor Ryan Doyle, and her switch of play just avoids O'Gorman, but picked up by Stephanie Roach, who can't shoot from distance, as we know, and Shells know too, because Ciara Grant blocked it, and an important block.
Again, great tracking back by Ciara Grant. She's really put in a great shift.
Can really feel the tension building here. If you happen to hear any choice language there, we do apologise. The heat of the battle and all that. Picked up by Emily Whelan.
Peamount losing their composure a bit now. You'd hope that the experience will come through at some stage, but yeah, not very encouraging at the moment.
Yeah, it looks as if they're just readying their first substitute. Can't see who it is just yet. We're right over on the far side.
Yeah, it looks like it's Megan Smith-Lynch, so she is a big threat and good shot, good crosses.
And Stephanie Roach just looked a little bit, yeah, she's just wincing there, just in shot. She's the one just furthest away from our camera position there. And that looked like a foul, yeah, I think it was. So it looks like a double change actually for Peamount, so we'll get those for you in just a second. Or is it just one? No, I think... No, it is two. So the first one going off is Stephanie Roach, and the second one going off is Lucy McCartan, it looks like.
I think it's Sive Doyle coming on as well with Megan.
So Megan Smith-Lynch, a former Shelbourne player, who will be certainly hopeful to try and grab a goal for her team this evening. So it's 7 and 19 coming on. Sive Doyle is the other one. So a wide free kick here. Great view on our pitch cam. It's going to be Aine O'Gorman to take it. Whipped in towards the back post, or towards the middle of the box, should I say. And Shelbourne will flick that one on. Possible chance here for Shelbourne. Is Rebecca Cook in here? She is. Rebecca Cook 1-on-1. Oh, what a tackle. Fantastic defending again. It's actually Aine O'Gorman, the Peamount captain, who's done so well there to deny what is definitely a goal-scoring chance. And I think Rebecca Cook actually possibly said to her there, great tackle.
Yeah, no, good decision by Aine to come back inside. She probably would have lost her otherwise. Did really, really well to get back there. Certified goal probably otherwise.
So, corner kick for Shelbourne. It's going to be Izzy Atkinson who's over to take this one. She seems to be the set-piece expert from a left-footed point of view, certainly. And her corner does really well to make the box, and that's a great catch. A really, really good catch by Niamh Reid-Burke.
Would have expected a bit more there from Niamh. She's just giving the ball away. I suppose Peamount have won it back, but they're, or no, it's Shell's throw, but you know, in their own half. Would have expected Niamh to just calm things down, find the right pass instead of giving it away there.
And you can see on the far side all the extra seating spaced out due to the social distancing protocols around the football matches, and everyone here tonight has had their temperature taken and the hand sanitizer and the pre-match COVID-19 form and all that, and everybody doing their best to try and stay as safe as possible. It's so great that professional sports has been able to continue. I know everybody is disappointed that they can't play their five-a-side games socially or whatever, but for us to be able to stream the game, be at the game, for the players to be able to play in the game, but extra seating and extra protocols in place as per the new normal, as they say. So here goes Peamount on the attack again. First involvement there for Megan Smith-Lynch. And that's well blocked down and eventually cleared. And it's actually an overload here for Peamount on the far side. I'm not quite sure how, but they have one. And it's Aine O'Gorman who's gone back to the right hand side, it seems. I thought she might have come back to this side. Cross into the box, chance. It was Alana McAvoy. Yeah, I thought Aine O'Gorman might come back to this left hand side, but she has stayed on that side. Megan Smith-Lynch has come to this side on the left, and Alana McAvoy playing up front now. So a couple of changes in that front three for Peamount, and with the two sitting midfielders now with Eleanor Ryan Doyle, it's definitely almost a front four as James O'Callaghan's team chases a goal. Oh, keeper told to speed that one up there. Here's Dervla Byrne, but easily saved. And if you were a betting man or woman now, you wouldn't be worse at possibly backing a yellow card for the Shells goalkeeper, because she definitely won't be doing things too quickly. And of course every goalkeeper would be the same, taking the extra few seconds on the goal kicks given that her team are winning. And that's a nice pass for Megan Smith-Lynch. She just can't find Alana McAvoy. And strong midfield play again by Karen Duggan. Good play by Peamount here. And that second ball might break. It does break for Aine O'Gorman. But a strong tackle. And this is a good period of pressure for Peamount. Dervla Byrne. She's found Megan Smith-Lynch. And that's a throw in as opposed to a corner. This is a decent spell here. Smith-Lynch has started well since she's come on. And finds Karen Duggan. And is there a chance here to shoot for Claire Walsh? There is, but that one is just misjudged.
Peamount have scored quite a few long-range shots now in the past few weeks, so I'm sure they'll be trying to replicate that now in the last few minutes, but need them to be on target to trouble the keeper.
Yeah, I mentioned 8 players on show tonight in Vera Pauw's extended 31-player squad for the European Championship qualifier against Germany. Niamh Reid Burke of Peamount, one of them the goalkeeper, along with teammates Claire Walsh, Anya O'Gorman and Niamh Farrelly. For Shelbourne, Isabel Atkinson at left wing back is one of them, along with Jamie Finn at centre back, Jessica Zhu and Emily Whelan, who's the goal scorer tonight. So great to have so many internationals and prospective internationals, current and former. Of course, lots of others in this game have either played for their country or certainly have ambitions to, including the lady beside me. They're not sure that one was out when it was caught, but anyway, we'll get on with it. Peamount are having a decent spell here. Karen Duggan dropped that on the edge of the box. Karen Duggan left-footed. She wants a free kick and it's given by the referee, Paula Brady. Looks like an obstruction just on the edge of the box there, and a good decision because the shot, we'll see it now here in the replay. What do you think?
Oh God, that's a tough one for Karen.
Yeah,
real big blow to the head.
Yeah, hopefully she's okay. There's no sign of a physio on yet, and I'm not too sure if that was actually a foul, but anyway, it has been given, and this is a great chance, a big chance for Peamount with 20 minutes left here at PRL Park in tonight's Women's National League of Ireland fixture. Peamount 0, Shelbourne 1. The only goal coming from Emily Whelan just 15 seconds into the second half here. So a free kick for Peamount. Looks like it will be Captain Fantastic and the league's top scorer, Anya O'Gorman, over it. She's got 12 goals so far this season, chasing her 3rd Golden Boot of her League of Ireland career. In front of the Watching Ireland manager Vera Pauw, who is behind that goal. This is a big moment in the 2020 league title race. It will be Anya O'Gorman, right-footed, and she scored. What a finish for Anya O'Gorman in the 73rd minute here at PRL Park. Captain Fantastic has scored her 13th league goal of the season. What a free kick, right-footed. No chance for the goalkeeper, who dived to her left, but unlucky for Rachel Kelly, should I say. Just difficult for her. What a finish, Chloe.
Jesus, what a goal by Anya O'Gorman. And to be honest, before she hit it, I thought probably one for Megan Smith-Lynch to take, given she's such a good set piece taker, but to be fair to Anya, she struck that really well.
So game on here. What a finish. We expected goals, we've got goals, and it's back to 1-1. It's back to a drawn game. Can either team find a goal that would clinch them the league title? Shells have to score again, because they know that if they don't win this game, it's out of their hands. Peamount a win and Wexford would clinch the title for them, and it's Peamount going for it now. Here's Anya O'Gorman, big confidence since she scored that free kick. She's been so good. Of course, came out of international retirement for Vera Pauw reason, has been actually playing at fullback, or at least considered a fullback for the Ireland senior team, and she's showing Vera she still has those attacking qualities.
Yeah, I think deep down she's an out and out striker, but she's such a great player that she can really play anywhere on the pitch.
And that header on the edge of the box is just about picked up by Shelbourne. And it's a great chance here for Emily Whelan to have a run in behind. She will get there first, I think, will she? Brilliant goalkeeping again. Niamh Reid Burke off her line, sweeper keeper.
Great vision by Jess Gargan there as well. Looked up, she had no real other option than to go long, and Emily not on, and as usual running to the last second.
Great timing by the goalkeeper though. So will there be a winner as we tick to the final 15 minutes here? A cracking Women's National League of Ireland match so far. Both teams going hell for leather for the title. I've really enjoyed the game. I hope everybody watching has too. So it's Peamount on the attack again over on the far side, but that one just comes to nothing. This is actually so dramatic, certainly for us watching, Chloe, that the league is literally down to 15 minutes, or could be.
I know, I expected goals. I didn't think it'd be a draw, but now I'm kind of humming and hawing about it, unless some magic still to come.
Yeah, both teams still fully believe they can win the game. It's Megan Smith-Lynch chasing this one, and she's done well, and that possibly is an injury there for Jess Gleeson, who's down at the moment, and gives us a chance to give you the information on the Ireland women's national team, who are getting ready for a massive qualifier. They meet up tomorrow, Sunday, for a game on Tuesday week, December 1st, at home to Germany at Tallaght Stadium. It's their final Euro qualifier, Group I, a 5 o'clock kickoff live on RTE2. Mentioned a couple of times that 31 player squad named by Vera Pow, 8 combined between Peamount and Shells, and the squad will be cut back ahead of their first training session at FAI HQ. Germany have already confirmed themselves as Group I winners, which means that the runner-up spot and the qualifying playoff is now between second place Ireland on 13 points and third place Ukraine on 12. Ireland play Germany while Ukraine play Montenegro on the final round of fixtures. The Ireland team currently have a better goal difference, so they need to equal or better Ukraine's result in order to seal second spot. And it's been a really good campaign, Chloe, and broken up like everything else by COVID, but all to play for the girls in green next week.
Yeah, obviously it's disappointing that we couldn't seal second position in the last game against Ukraine, but these things happen, and we'll be going into the game against Germany with high hopes that we can get a result.
The throw in taken by Peamount, you can just see there on our pitch cam again, Jess Gleeson seems to be struggling with a hamstring issue, and just out of shot, she is letting her bench know that she's going to have to come off here. So here's the first change coming for Shelbourne. So it's Alex Kavanagh, who has played a lot of football for Shelbourne this season, who's come on. So we'll just have a look to see what Shelbourne do.
Yeah, Alex is a really, really creative player, so I'm sure she's being brought on to try and create something in the middle of the field or play some through balls, and yeah, no, really, really
chance
great
here for
player.
Aine O'Gorman, and that'll be a corner. So we'll just have to see what Shelbourne do, because they were playing with Jess Gleeson as one of those 3 centre backs, and they've brought on, as Chloe mentioned, a more creative attacking type player, and they definitely won't want to lose this game. You can just see Jess Gleeson still getting treatment behind the goal as the floodlights shine down on PRL Park. So in swing corner, left footed, and it's a goal! 2-1. I'm not quite sure who scored it.
I think it was Karen Duggan.
Karen Duggan. What a header. With 11 minutes left, here's the replay. We'll have a look now for sure for you. So many players in the box. Yes, it is Karen Duggan celebrating. What a ball in from the far side. And Peamount, who are losing this game 1-0, look like they'd lose the league title, have scored 2 goals in the last couple of minutes. That one coming in the 79th minute. Aine O'Gorman's equaliser coming in the 72nd minute. And the Peas have turned things around. And what a set piece goal.
You know, this is what Peamount are really, really good at. The togetherness, the belief. This is what they've had over the past few seasons, and it's unrelenting. And Shells have kind of lacked that, and I thought maybe today they were turning over a new leaf, but it looks like they have a big job to do now.
There were so many Peamount players there around the goal mouth, but it was Karen Duggan who got there first. And you can just see what it means to everybody here. So Shelbourne have to score. It looks as if Rebecca Cook has come to right wing back, and Jessica Gargan has moved in one to right of the back 3. Peamount want more. Here's Anya O'Gorman. That strike is just wide, not on target. So into the final 10 minutes here or so, plus injury time of course to come. Things on a knife edge. And that's off our gantry position. Thankfully, Sean, the cameraman up top, is alright. If you can hear me, Sean, we hope you're good up there. You're definitely colder than us anyway, and we're cold. But we won't be complaining too much because we're enjoying the action. And what is a big, big night for the Women's National League. As we come towards a close, any of your friends and family who don't know about us, let them know as the drama continues for the final 10 minutes. If there is a winner tonight, we will be staying on air for the trophy lift and for some live interviews, and that's definitely a foul on the far side, and that'll be a yellow card. Lauren O'Callaghan will be booked, and just a late tackle. We'll have a look here again.
Yeah, she's really quite late there. So no debating that decision at all, and I think at least the yellow card is the right decision.
Yeah, I was just saying we will be staying on air here on FAI TV, on the FAI YouTube channel, for the trophy lift and some live interviews with winning players and managers if Peamount can hold on to win their second league title in a row. Keep their chances of a double alive with the cup final to come against Cork City. But Shelbourne have been so good this season. Second the last 2 seasons. They'll want to make sure it's not another runner-up finish. And to have conceded from 2 set pieces, a free kick and a corner kick, they'll be disappointed, particularly with the corner. And they possibly have arguments about if it was actually a free kick for the equaliser, but that's how it works. And they need to score. And that's a foul, and that'll be a free kick, but it's almost like a corner, so they'll get all the players up. And I think it's Rebecca Cook is now down. She seems to be okay though. So Izzy Atkinson races over, and from a Shelbourne point of view here, Chloe, you'd want someone like Izzy, great left foot, to deliver this one in and give her team a chance to score.
Yeah, hopefully PRL get her head to this now. It's what she's good at as well. They need a goal, Shells. They need to get their head to this.
So it'll be Izzy Atkinson. Peamount have a 2-player wall, which I'm surprised at because it is effectively just like a corner here. So there might be a spare player for Shelbourne in the box. Izzy Atkinson, left-footed. It's a great ball, but it's a Peamount player to get there first. And the second ball doesn't lead to a chance for Shelbourne. Disappointed with that one. It's a really good defensive header. Claire Walsh was the one to get there.
Again, no one attacking it though. 10 minutes to go, Shells need a goal. They need to be throwing their bodies at that and hoping it ends up in the back of the net. It was
Alex Kavanagh with the second attempt there. So a chance again for Emily Whelan, who scored Shelbourne's goal tonight, to have a run in behind here. And her left foot across just doesn't beat the first player. But it has broken to Ciara Grant, and her cross towards the back post. Big chance for Shells. And they've not been able to take it.
Yeah, Peamount get away with that one now. She was wide open.
Was it Jessica Zhu at the back post possibly?
Potentially if she had taken a touch.
Yeah. Player of the month last month, and that's a good chance. It's a sub coming for Shelbourne.
It's Kate Mooney coming on.
So Kate Mooney on, we'll confirm who's gone off in just a second. It's right over on the far side, and we've no fourth official tonight, so we've no board to help us.
Potentially Rachel Graham, is it?
Kate Mooney grabbed the headlines last year for scoring lots of goals for DCU. Really, really quick attacking player. Great finisher as well, so a good substitute for Shells to have. Did we see you went off there yet? I just can't see on the far side. It's a very dark dugout.
I think it potentially was Rachel Graham.
Yeah, would make sense given she was a defensive midfielder.
Good decision to bring on Kate. Lots of energy. Scored a few goals, as you said, especially for college, so hopefully she can be the difference today for Shells.
And that one is played right into the box, and it has broken. What a save by the goalkeeper. And that was a brilliant chance. I think it was Ciara Grant, and Niamh Reid Burke saves it. I'm not sure how much she knew about it either, but that is a big chance for Shells. Oh God, she has to score. The first one, the volley, great chance.
Peamount to be taking their time now, as Shells were earlier.
Yeah, we have just 4.5 minutes remaining here, plus whatever injury time the refereeing team up to add on. So a chance for Peamount here to really secure their league title. It's a great ball towards the back post. What a save, an absolutely unbelievable save by Rachel Kelly. It actually hit her in the face. It was a really good cross by Megan Smith-Lynch, and that is a fantastic save. Brave goalkeeping, and at times goalkeepers do get smacks in the face, and that was one of those occasions, Chloe.
Yeah, absolutely. Took one for the team there. But again, Megan Lynch, like the danger that she causes, such good crosses all the time. Here she is again on the corner, causes issues all the time.
So left-footed in-swinger. They scored from the last corner, and good goalkeeping again by Rachel Kelly. I think Megan Smith-Lynch actually took the corner for the most recent goal as well. It was a left-footed delivery on the far side and headed in by Karen Duggan. So Megan Smith-Lynch runs across to this side. You can see a lot of the Peamount FC volunteers just behind the far goal. So, out swinging corner this time towards the edge of the box. Flicked on and flicked on again. Chance at the back post, and it's 3. Peamount United have scored again. It looks like it's Anya O'Gorman who's given her team a 3-1 lead here with 2.5 minutes remaining at PRL Park, and all but secured the Women's National League title for Peamount. Yes, it is Anya O'Gorman who scored the equaliser from a free kick. Brings her up to 14 league goals this season, and another set piece goal that Shells have conceded on a night where they really should do better defending, because that's just unbelievable defending given that there's 3 minutes left and it's almost like the league is over now.
Yeah, unfortunately it does look that way. Sad to see, because obviously Shells really did very well in first half, came out strong second half, but you need experience and character to keep you going to the 90th minute, and unfortunately they really just have lacked that today.
So 2 minutes left, and Peamount definitely readying some defensive substitutes at the moment, which makes a lot of sense given that they've only got a couple of minutes left between themselves and a second league title in a row. It's definitely 2 subs coming on. We'll let you know who they are in a second. So here comes the changes for Peamount, and Chloe's having a little look here to let us know.
Yeah, I think it's one of the under-17s Irish internationals.
Yeah,
Becky
so
Watkins coming on.
Okay, Alana McAvoy is going off, and due to the new rule, she's coming off just in front of us. Yeah, she's off, but taken off, not sent off. So just the one change so far, I think. We'll let you know in a second. Without the Magic Fourth officials board, we're doing our best to keep track. Yeah, Rebecca Watkins is the change that's come on for Peamount. So we have ticked across the 90-minute mark here. And that's just a longer one. We'll try and check the injury time for you in just a second. I'm not sure what happened there. I was actually looking at my stopwatch. What happened there?
The ball went through Nemo's legs. A bit too confident coming to pick that up, but she recovered well, thankfully, in time before Emily Whelan swept in. Thanks to Ciara on the lane on this side. 3 minutes injury time, so not too long for Peamount to wait for their second Women's National League title in a row. It doesn't look like Shelbourne are threatening now in the last few minutes, which you would have liked to see. But probably tired bodies, tired minds. You never know, though.
So another substitution there. Peamount just winding down the clock at this stage. As we said, they're allowed to make 5 in 3 different intervals. So they're nearly there. Is there a chance for Shells here to get one back? There is. And it's another great save. But it's not clear just yet.
How did they not go in, honestly?
So we are nearly there for Peamount. They're ready to race onto the pitch here. And as Chloe mentioned, Shells have probably realised that they're not going to score 2 goals in such quick succession here. And that'll go for a throw in the corner. So people at home, Peamount supporters, people in the ground, Peamount supporters ready to celebrate. We said earlier the league trophy is here. And we'll be seeing it very soon. And barring a dramatic comeback, it'll be with the home team. As referee Paula Brady looks at her watch here. We're just over to 3 minutes now. So it will be Niamh Reid Burke, who of course made that mistake early in the game. She's played really well though, and she'll be delighted that her team have scored 3. And she knocks that one long. And Peamount happy just to clear their lines now. It's Jamie Finn to get that one. And that one is again going to be cleared. Shells haven't really created a proper chance since they've fallen 3-1 behind. A couple of decent saves by Niamh Reid Burke before that. And that is it. Peamount United are the 2020 Women's National League champions. They've beaten Shelbourne here by 3-1 to secure their second league title in a row. A third since the league was relaunched in 2011-2012. This win in the league moves them 2 points ahead of Shelbourne and Shelbourne have no more matches left, so Peamount can't be caught. You can see fantastic celebratory scenes here. Shells took the lead just 15 seconds into the second half through Emily Whelan, a mistake by goalkeeper Niamh Reid-Burke, but she won't care too much because Captain Fantastic Aine O'Gorman scored a brilliant free kick. That was in the 72nd minute to equalise, and then 2 set-piece goals on 79 and 88. Karen Duggan with a header for the first one, and Aine O'Gorman scoring her second, scrambling into the back post to secure a 3-1 win. Big congratulations to James O'Callaghan, everybody here at Peamount, all the players, all the volunteers and everybody else involved. Chloe, they're the champions.
They are, yeah. I think that's probably the toughest loss to take for Shelbourne, being so close, 1-0 up. They'll be bitterly disappointed with that, unfortunately. But yeah, look, another league title for Peamount, probably deserved. Over the 90 minutes, they were the better team overall, so they'll be absolutely delighted, and they'll have another Champions League qualifier to look forward to next year. Yeah, amazing season for Peamount. They have the chance now to win the double as well, because they just won the league a couple of seconds ago. The league trophy is right here in front of us. They've got an FAI Cup final to come against Cork City. They had the Champions League season as well, and given how strange this year has been for everybody involved in League of Ireland football in general, to have a trophy here in front of us, to have a cup final to come, you can just see what it means to them. Look, it's great to see so much happiness in a year that's been difficult for everyone, so it's fantastic to see. Unfortunate, as I said, for Shelbourne, but yeah, great to see so many happy faces and celebrations.
So you can just see how amazing these moments in football, Chloe, the winning moments, the commitment that everybody puts in, training and gym sessions and everything else in between. It's these type of moments that you really play for.
Absolutely. Look, everyone's worked really hard in the off season as well. To think of all the months that the girls had off, they kept training away individually and then came back. And yeah, I thought, you know, 2 great teams on show tonight.
So we're just waiting to speak to a couple of the Peamount United heroes. If the lads want to give me the nod when we're good to go. So we are on our pitch side cam now. Still live on FAI TV on the FAI YouTube channel, and we're about to be joined by 2 of Peamount's heroes, Eleanor Ryan Doyle and Aine O'Gorman. Congratulations, girls. We are still live, so no bad language, okay? So we'll go to the captain first. Aine, you did score the 3rd goal, didn't you? We were just not sure on the camera angle. The free kick to equalise on 72. The 3rd goal, 2 tonight, brings you up to 14 league goals for the season, and you've helped your team win the league. So how does it feel?
Early on, so just delighted to get the win. I think we all had to dig deep as a team, and we're an unbelievable team, unbelievable squad, and I think our hard work and our teamwork shone through in the end.
Ellie, for you, those winning moments are what you play football for. How's the last couple of minutes been since that final whistle was blown?
Amazing. I don't know what to say, to be honest. Like, I know we didn't start the best, like, but the girls put hard work in the second half. The team talk from James and the lads, I think it just showed that we really wanted that in the end.
Now, I have touched the trophy because I just handed it to the FAI. I was behind our commentary box for the last couple of minutes. You haven't got your hands on it yet, but Aine, it's a 2nd league title in a row. What does that mean to you as someone who's so experienced and just so brilliant that you've played so well tonight and helped your team win the league?
Yeah, I think obviously to win it back to back is pretty special, and it just shows the hard work from everyone involved in the club. It's a great club, and yeah, just buzzing. I think I don't really know what to say, so it's been a tough year, obviously with COVID and all that as well, and things haven't always gone our way either. So yeah, just delighted to get the win.
And that brings your captain 4 goals ahead in the race for the golden boot, so you're probably under a bit of pressure now to score 4 in Wexford.
Do you know what? We just won the league, so I actually couldn't care less. You can have it. Doesn't matter who scores or who puts the ball in the net once you win as a team. Yeah, exactly.
And just last thing, so now you want to go back to your celebrations. The season so far, you've been in the Champions League, heartbreak on penalties. You've just won the league. You've a cup final to come against Cork in such a short couple of months. We spoke in the preview about how big that would be for the club, and you've the first part of it done, and a big game to go now in the cup against Cork in a couple of weeks, another league game against Wexford as well, and of course the international duty coming up too.
Yeah, I think that's an intensity that we welcome, and they're the games we want to play as footballers as well, like the top teams in the league, Champions League games, and luckily now we'll be going to the Champions League again next year, and that experience will be invaluable to us.
Great stuff. Aine, Ellie, go and celebrate. Well done, congratulations. So that's a couple of the heroes for Peamount tonight. Am I allowed to touch the league trophy? So here it is. I'm actually going to take it into my hand now, so I wasn't lying to the girls. Here it is. Looks great. You can see Peamount United 2019, you can see Peamount United 2011, 2012, and you're about to see Peamount United 2020. And my God, this is actually a bit heavy. So I'm going to hand it over to John McGuinness from the FAI to hand to Peamount United, and we'll go back to our pitch cam now to have a look at the celebrations, and we'll catch up with the manager James O'Callaghan and a couple of the other players from Peamount in just a second. Amazing scenes here at PRL Park. So if you're a Peamount fan and you want to let anyone else know about the coverage that we're still staying on air here on FAI TV for the trophy lift, let them know we're about 2 minutes away from the league trophy being lifted here. So this is going to be an amazing moment for everybody at the club. So the players just getting ready to lift the trophy, so they're just coming over to see a couple of the club volunteers over here for a second. Chloe, what does this mean to football players in general to have a moment like this where you've worked so hard for 11 months now, given they came back for pre-season in January, February time, and only got to play, you know, a number of weeks ago to actually win the league? I'm not sure if your mic is on, so you're going to use mine just in case.
See how much it means to the girls. This year has been, as I said, really, really difficult for everyone, but you can see it on their faces. They're absolutely delighted to have a bit of happiness, and to bring some happiness to everyone that's watching at home as well. It's been amazing to have this stream. You know, so many of the younger girls across the country being able to see, you know, the international players, you know, on TV, and something that they can aspire to, and it motivates them as well.
Yeah, so we're just ready for the trophy lift, and because of COVID-19 the players are actually presenting themselves with their medals. So really good celebrations here, and we're just waiting for the trophy lift itself. And I can confirm, since I've left my commentary box and taken off my extra coat and my woolly hat, it is absolutely freezing here in PRL Park. So sorry for the shivery voice. It is fairly chilly, Chloe, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner to make up the calories after being in the cold for this long.
Well, I'm definitely getting a takeaway. I allow myself one cheat meal a week. Tonight's the night.
Yeah, I think I'll have to do the same.
And unfortunately for Peamount, given the world we're in now, they won't be able to have a proper party tonight, so they'll just have to celebrate themselves, I suppose.
Yeah, sure. A few of the players in tomorrow now into camp, so it'll be quickly how do I recover to be on form for the week ahead of training. Vera
Powell will be inspecting the players' bags, so I'm sure they have no little drinks in them to celebrate tonight.
No, I think there's enough on the line though in terms of European qualifications, so I don't think you need to tell the girls not to be drinking. They'll know that themselves.
So here we go, nearly ready to go. And as you can see, it's actually the Peamount captain, Aine O'Gorman, who's presenting the medals. So we are nearly ready to go for the trophy lift. And these moments are so special to football players. And here comes the captain, Aine O'Gorman, to lift the 2020 Women's National League title here at PRL Park. It's Peamount United who've won their third title since the league was reformed in 2011-2012. Congratulations to James O'Callaghan, the manager, Aine O'Gorman, the captain, and all of the players after a 3-1 win tonight over Shelbourne, who we'll speak about in a moment. Peamount have their moment, they have their trophy, they have their gold medals, and they have what they came for. I think they're trying to sing two in a row, but they're not really in song together.
No, they're not. Oh, delighted for them though. Unfortunately, I suppose that some of the Shells players didn't choose to stay out, but I know they're probably bitterly disappointed, and it's a cold night, so.
Yeah, Shelbourne, they've played so well this season, and you know, they were hopeful to come in tonight. They were 1-0 up, of course, and they're going to finish second again in the league for the third season in a row. So there, but just not there, if that makes sense. And they're inside, they can probably hear the celebrations here and it's just disappointing night for them.
Yeah, God. I think this is, as I said, this is probably the closest they've come to winning the league over the past couple of years, so it's going to take a while to recover from that, and the fact that they're not in contention from the FAI Cup makes things a bit more difficult to take.
So we're going to try and get the Peamount manager James O'Callaghan in just a second. So they're going over to Spider here. We can have a look at these celebrations in just a second, and then we're going to grab the Peamount manager James O'Callaghan. This is a lovely moment here. Some nice photos. And Spider is "We love you, Spider, we do" is the chant from the Peamount players. A lovely moment here. One of the many reasons why we love the League of Ireland is for moments exactly like this. And we're just waiting now to try and get James O'Callaghan, the Peamount manager. We might try and get another player or two for you as well. So there is some champagne, I can confirm. And it's currently going into the trophy, I think. So we'll just grab James O'Callaghan for you in just a second, the Peamount United manager. And that'll be us for the evening. But the full coverage of the game will be available on the FAI YouTube channel as soon as we go off air. So if you want to watch it back, relive the glory if you're a Peamount fan, it'll be there for you. And of course a cup final to come against Cork City as well. So we're just joined James to jump in here beside me, please. We're still live, so no bad language, sir. Are we good to go, lads? So, winning league manager for the second year in a row. How does that feel?
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You know, it was a really tough game. You know, I thought the first 20 minutes, Shelbourne were the better team. Our girls kind of got the grips with it more so in the first half. Then coming out in the second half, they conceded the goal. We conceded, you know, that was devastating kind of for us to happen at that stage. But in fairness to the girls, I think their experience and stuff, you know, really showed in that second half. You know, Aine getting the free kick, which was brilliant. She had a brilliant game, Aine. And the girls, they just probably wanted that little bit more going into the second half there at the end.
James, take one step to your left. I'm not trying to have a dance with you, just so you're on the camera. There you go, we're looking at that camera there. So you go 1-0 down, like 15 seconds into the second half. That's how early it was through Emily Whelan, and it took until the 72nd for Aine to equalise with the free. What were you thinking as the time ticked by?
Well, you know, it's important not to panic when this happens. It was a shocking goal to concede. You know, we were very disappointed with it because it wasn't like us. Because our defence has been really, really solid all season. You know, but you know, it's important not to panic. Just keep trying to pass the ball, get it down, move the ball. You know, and we got a good free kick there in a good position. And you know, in fairness to Aine, she buried it, which was brilliant to see. And that gave us the momentum then. And we just kicked on from there, really.
So that's 1-1, and then 2 set-piece goals on, I think it was 79 and 88 or something like that. You know, a great header from Karen Duggan, then another for Aine, scramble in the box, and the third one really sealed it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to get goals from set pieces because you practice them a lot all year, and most of the time they don't go in, you know, so it's brilliant for the final, you know, a league decider to get goals off a corner and stuff like that. It was brilliant to see.
Yeah, football moments and winning moments and moments like these are why everyone does it, and we spoke in the preview about the amount of work that everyone has done here over the last 10-11 months. That's how long the season has been, including pre-season and COVID and stuff. 4 moments just like this.
Yeah, you know, this is a great opportunity for me to, you know, to highlight a lot of people in Peamount. You know, there's some amazing people. They work really hard behind the scenes. You see a lot of it's all volunteers here tonight, all the stewards working really hard. You got Elaine, Dennis, Brian, Katie. You know, they do amazing work in the background. They don't get any thanks for it, you know. And also, I really like to thank my coaching staff, Vinnie Patterson and Emma D and Derek and Barbara. You know, they're amazing people to work with. So I'm delighted for them. I'm delighted for the girls. The girls have been amazing all season. You know, so it's phenomenal to win the league tonight. It's brilliant.
Who is Spider, who was just over with all the players in the trophy? We had him on camera.
Yeah, Spider is a big part of Peamount. He hasn't been well of late, but he actually came out here tonight to make the effort. And you know, I think it inspired the girls. It was really great to see him, you know, because he has been in the best of health, and you know he's a very important person to Peamount.
Lastly, it's not all over yet. You've got another league game to come, which effectively doesn't matter, but I'm sure you want to beat Wexford. And then you've got a cup final to come against Cork. So the chance of a double, and a big few weeks ahead with international break in between. I think a couple of your players will be heading off to Ireland tomorrow as well.
Yeah. And listen, it's great to win the league tonight, because it means any of the players with niggles, we can give them a rest now in preparation for the cup final. So, you know, that's, you know, we've been to the last 2 cup finals and we've been beaten in them, you know, so we really want to give a good performance going against Cork.
James, congratulations. Go and enjoy the celebrations. Well done.
Thanks, Amy.
Well done. Thank you. So that's it for our coverage here at PRL Park for tonight's Women's National League. What turned out to be the league decider. It's finished here. Peamount 3, Shelbourne 1. So Peamount, the 2020 champions, their second league title in a row, their third since the league was reformed in 2011-2012. And amazing scenes here, selfies and photos and opportunities with their medals and their trophies, and going home now tonight to their families to celebrate what has been a fantastic night for Peamount. As I said with James, we've still got a cup final to come against Cork, so plenty to come for them. From us, that's all here. Thanks a million to everybody who tuned in, to everybody from Peamount United, from the FAI who've helped us out, the guys from Doppler Media, Chloe Masaki and co-commentary as well. I've been Jamie Moore, folks. Have a great night and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.